Whew. Yo, yo, yo. Make sure y'all can hear me. Been a while since we've been live, man. Been a while since we've been live, man. Sound good to me. Super trouble. Ladies always. Where's the ETA? Hey, man. While you playing, Agent, I just literally got up, bro. I got up early this morning trying to edit some videos, so got something special on this one, though, man. I don't know if y'all heard of Kirk, aka Entre Trucking. He been coming with some real information about the box truck game. He been doing it for about 10 years. So what's good, Charles? What's good, Gerard? What's good, Eddie Walker? First time. I don't know if this is my first time seeing your name. I know the rest of them I'm used to them, but where y'all at, man? I'm in the Midwest. Y'all over the road? What's good? What's good? I'm gonna just let some people come in. Give me 1 second. Finally caught alive. Shout out to my folks, man. Shout out to my folk popping up in the stream. I hope y'all learned something from today. Take something from it. I know the lives be real random, bro. But y'all go ahead and get the whatever questions y'all got. Go ahead and drop them. You know what I mean? It's a Q&A. At the same time, we're gonna give y'all the real deal. And all the people I know say box truck, but hot shot questions too. I got y'all. Your boy J Gross 7,100 this week. Did a little bit over 24,000 for the month. Credit good. 2,700 a month. Good Lord. It might be your location, man. You in Kansas? Okay, that's what's up. I'm gonna be in Kansas City. I got a drop there, and I got another one in Nebraska. Okay. Yeah, at home. What's up, Dallas, Texas? What's good? What's good? What's good, Hot Shot Slam? Hey, Michael, I get a lot of emails, man. If you email me right now, I'll send you one back. How about that? I just be tired. I be driving every day, like 500-600 miles. I don't have time to get to every single one. What's good? What's good? Boy, Kirk, you gotta you gotta join the what's called it. What's an authority? I keep hearing people mention that. I'm waiting to close on our house next month so I can buy my 26-foot box truck. That's what's up. An authority is just what they gonna call your MC number, your motor carrier number. Are you on? It's basically the numbers that allow you to cross state line. You're gonna have your DOT number, which is interstate, and then you're gonna have a MC number, which is interstate. So I'm not seeing you in my left corner, Kirk. Let's see if I can do it from here. Thoughts on Amazon Relay? I'm gonna let Kirk answer that one when you get on. I done gave my thoughts on Amazon Relay, but not gonna be I ain't gonna do too much about it. My thoughts on Amazon Relay, I feel like it's just 1 quarter out the year we can really make good money, or great money. I'll say it like that. Drop the link. Okay. You're right, I can drop it right here. Can I do it like that? Killing me. Let me see. Might have to go live on Kirk. Yeah. Let me see. There we go. Man,
What's up, man?
what's good? What's good, my brother?
Technical difficulty, you know it is.
How many trucks you got? I got two. Kirk, how many trucks you got at the
Me?
time? No Piglet. Yeah, I know you about to get that new one.
Yeah, I had two and I sold one the other day to replace it with that new one.
Okay, yeah, that new
Yeah.
one looks nice.
But you know every time we're gonna talk something good, sweet candy always have to be coming in the
Oh yeah,
he have to be coming
man.
in and interrupting and you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But I just want to say, man, it's a pleasure coming on your platform today, man. I really appreciate the invite and shout out to
Man.
your subscribers. Um, we're here to answer questions, man, and give out gems today, and hopefully we can get people a little bit more informed and educated about what's really going on out here in this backstroke world. So I'm ready.
Yes,
Whenever
sir.
you're ready, I follow your lead. You know what I mean?
Hey man, shoot,
This
just
is
let them
your
know how long
show.
you been doing it. Just let them know how long you've been doing it as they come in. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, so
doing
I
the box
started
stuff.
I started my business in 2011. I started out with just basically three cargo vans, and I've been hitting it ever since, man. And one of the things that I notice about the transportation business is get your customer is where your money's at. But of course, that take years and experience to develop that type of technique. It's not just something that just popped up and happened overnight. So you know,
Yeah.
I've learned all those skills. I've spoke to a lot of different people in the transportation business, so I'm pretty much fully aware of how things really go around the block around here.
Yes,
But
sir.
have drivers and just different companies over the years, changing, always changing and venturing off to new stuff. I've learned a lot. Since I've been doing it. So it's been a very, very interesting ride. And you put in the work, man, and you'll get great result. I've been
Exactly.
doing the work for years, and I'm still doing it. And I think I shared that with you yesterday. I officially travel all 50 states in the United States of America.
Man.
Um,
Yeah, you
traveling
be
to
everywhere, bro.
yeah, traveling to
You
Cali
see, I
and
got.
so that's where the money at. You gotta come out here. You gotta boots on the ground. You gotta get the grind on. You gotta do the footwork. On my channel, I show people like from start to finish and how we make a lot of money out here. So it is what it is. But I just see a lot of quick fix. Sweet
Yeah.
candy, a whole bunch of
Yeah. Just start the
this
authority.
whole
Just start
bunch
the
of
authority. Dump out that.
yeah, 3 days
Yeah.
ago you a CEO, 2 weeks later. Like I don't understand this whole
Exactly.
new age concept, and you're trying to tell people that you're gonna let them be successful, and I don't fall for that crap. So
I got you.
I'm just trying to let people understand that if you want to make a lot of money in this box truck business, and we were talking about this yesterday, like
Yeah.
the kind of money we make is so easy,
It
but
is.
you
You
gotta
gotta
be
put the work
like,
in.
yeah, you gotta be like really, really informed and have that person behind it that can get that going. But I don't know, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But
It is.
let's see what we can do with some people today and see what we can help them out with. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I just want to shout out Mario, man. I woke up. It was early in the morning, just talking about a lot of things, man. So if y'all want a consultation, I will put the link either in this description or any of the other videos, and we can chat, and y'all can learn more about the game. Shout out to Trucking with Joker. We're gonna go ahead and get into the questions. So everybody joining in, if y'all got questions, whether it's hot shot, box truck, non-CDL, CDL, just drop your questions and I'll try to get to them. So CDL or non-CDL before jumping in, which is better? I mean, of course, which is better? I'm gonna have to. I think Kirk may disagree with me. I'm gonna say the CDL route. It's gonna take a little more money to get into it, but I feel like it'll pay off in the longer run. But it is gonna come with more things you have to do and stay on top of when having your CDL. But you can make more money. Trust me. I probably would
Yeah,
have made about 9,000 this week if I had if I could carry about another 8,000 pounds, man. But that 10,000 pound cap, with Hot Shot at least, it caps me so much. I know most of y'all goods are palletized, so 2-3 pallets of a partial ain't gonna weigh 7,000-8,000 pounds. But for me, if I got a tractor on there, and that's one partial, and it's 9,000 pounds, and I can only carry maybe 700 to 1,500 more, it just really capped me out, and I can't partial no more than that. So that's why at Hot Shot I try to look for a full truckload before looking for a partial. But box truck, man, you can really get away with grabbing a couple pallets first, and then later on down the road, filling it up as you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and that's true. And CDL is always better to have anyway, only because you have a little bit better in like option wise, and just getting, like if someone want a driver, a CDL driver will always be more preferable than a
Mhm.
non-CDL anyway, even if it's to drive a box truck. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, they got that.
especially if that guy got years and all of that stuff, it's always better to grab a CDL driver. So definitely, I would get a CDL if I can. Definitely.
Shout out to Kingdom Single, man. Yes, sir.
Oh,
That guy, man.
shout out to my yeah. He had a baby last week actually.
That's what's up. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, his wife. Sorry, his wife got a baby. So shout out to him with his newborn. You know what I mean? But
Yes, sir.
he's getting ready to come out here and join us in this box truck business. You know what I mean?
Hey, Mike, you a guest appearance in Atlanta at the seminar. Man, I don't know anything about no seminar. I didn't get that. The boy didn't get no invitation, man. I know y'all think I'll be the rookie of the
I
year. Don't nobody.
I'll be guest speaker. you
Oh
know,
man.
and I'll be escorted by sweet candy. You know what I mean? Oh man.
Hey, box truck or hot shot, which is better? Box truck or hot shot, which is better? So, of course, we both gonna probably be biased and subjective. I think with hot shot for me, I think it's just a little more of a comfortable ride. Even though I know box truck, they do have air ride. Um, I say loads are less plentiful than with box trucks though. So you're scrambling and looking for loads a little more than if you had a straight box truck. Um, Rate per mile, I think they're about the same. You know what I mean? I think rate per mile is about the same. Like I said, the partial game with Hot Shot, believe it or not, even though we got a longer deck, if you got non-CDL, it's kind of harder. It's kind of harder to get your truck filled up just because of the weight cap. Now CDL Hot Shot versus box truck, like non-CDL, then I think CDL gets the upper hand, being able to carry about 18-20,000. But believe it or not, y'all, I really do believe. I know a lot of people think I'm negative towards the box truck industry. No, I'm not. But even at the time for me in the summer, it was so hard to find an affordable box truck for me. So I'm not biased against it or subjective just because I'm doing hot shot. I do know it's a lot of money in box trucks still. Hell, Kirk did more than me this week.
Well,
This
I think that it depends on where you want to take your business. They're both
hmm,
unique in their own individual way. So if you want to come in the business as a box truck driver, um, they both have their unique way of getting things done, and kind of like you said earlier, and just make the same money. It's
yeah.
just I think it boils down to a preference
Hmm,
of what you wanna do, or how you wanna go. Or I know I just want guys to just put pallet on my truck. That's it. But
exactly.
you might like strapping down and tarping down, and
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean.
Exactly, man. And
So
it takes more time because we were talking about that yesterday. I feel
right,
like with a
right.
box truck, it's easier to it's easier to not have to delegate some services such as dispatch. I know a
Hmm.
lot of people will say it's 10%. You selling 10% of your company off the bat, and of course that's true. But if you really think about it, a box truck, when they back into the dock, you get loaded for 30 minutes to an hour. You got time to look on the load board for your next load. Maybe not all day,
Hmm.
but you got a good amount of time to look for your load board. All you got to do once they come, you strap down a couple of ratchet straps, get your BOL, seal the truck if you have to, and you on the road. You may have a load book in 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, no touch freight. But with Hot Shot, as soon as you get to your pickup, You out there strapping, you out there chaining, you out there tarping. Whole time, once you get in that truck, you just been working for 30 minutes to an hour. You just ready to get to the location. You ain't got time to sit here and look at. You get what I'm saying? Well, hot shot, the demand is a little higher than me. When I pick up, they ready to load my truck. Usually when I drop off, they're ready to take it off. I had that situation though, like I told you, that load going up to Massachusetts. What was it? Yeah, I had detention time of about 6 hours, which I got another 300 to that. You know, you're supposed to get about $50 to $100 an hour, but it's stressful, man. It's a little more stressful with me with hot shot. So at least trying to dispatch yourself. So I feel like when you get into the game with hot shot, you're gonna have some lower cost to operate, right? So you can build a bed in your back seat. You don't have to sleep in the hotel every single night. I sleep in the hotel on resets. I know you do the same.
Right.
And sometimes you can thug it out in the truck. You know what I mean? You just lay across.
I've been sleeping in the resort though.
Okay. Hey, Kirk on another level, man. Kirk on another level.
I stopped sleeping until like 3 years ago.
Okay.
I'm just messing with you.
I'm just messing up. Because, yeah, I know some people who do that when they go down to Florida, though, because they bought the same price.
Right.
But let me not go too deep into detail about the cost of operations and stuff like that. But it's just a lot of pros and cons for both. So let me just get to the next one. We talked about this one too. Is it better to rent a box truck? I'm looking into it. To rent a box truck, it's like $4,000 a month basically.
So so I actually because you know I'm a number guy. I'm crazy.
Exactly.
So I actually did numbers today. And I actually did 2 different numbers. So for that person, I can give them an idea of renting a box truck. So if you make $6,500 a week, right? And you're renting a truck at $550, mileage at 4,000 miles, which would be $760. The gas is $1,600. The dispatcher fee, which would be 10%, that would be $650, and your factoring fee of $195. Your overhead cost would be $3,755. So if you make 65, you pretty much are just off of that money's out the door.
Is that including insurance though?
No.
So that's at least another 15 divided by 4. You know what I'm saying?
And this is just 1 week. We got 4 weeks in a month.
And who said they were gonna run all 4 weeks consistently? That's what I talk about, because everybody want home time. We've been talking about that. Everybody want home time.
So you be making $2,745
off of $6,500.
Off of $6,500. That's
a great week. That's a pretty good, great week with a box truck.
Well, check this out. Well, check this out. I did a next number, and I'm trying to be realistic because we got to be we don't want to look biased, so we got to do
like 4,500, really, or 5,000. What you got?
No, I did 8,500.
Oh
I
yeah,
I did a better week than
for the hustlers.
Things happen. Yeah, things happen.
Yeah.
So again, the same 550 for the truck, the same the same 760 for the mileage, the same 1,600 for the gas. The dispatcher is only a little bit more because it's $850. And then the factoring fee is $255. Your profit after that is $4,015.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
You gotta.
Sorry. Your overhead cost is $4,050, and your profit would be $4,485, which is still a lot because So basically, every time you rent a truck, half of the money goes out the door automatically. Yeah. So all you have to do with comparing owning a truck versus renting, take away the rental. And remember, this is weekly. This is every single week. We're not talking monthly. And if we were supposed to throw the insurance in on top of this, it would be 4,000 times 4 plus your insurance. You get what I'm saying?
And then you still got to pay your personal expenses out of that every week. I'm not saying it's not possible to make money out there, but like Kirk was saying, he was giving y'all great week examples. Exactly. I'm talking about for the ones who come out here. They don't want to drive 300, 500 miles a day or more. They want to be pretty local. They want to do the whole Amazon gig with a rental. If you take them same numbers and you go $3,000 a week, that's what some people are doing. $3,000 a gross a week. Them numbers look completely different.
Right.
The number we could probably do that later, but that number is gonna change and it's not gonna be worth it. I'm trying to get into this mindset of like don't invest from leaving your 9 to 5 to like work for your own 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't leave your 9 to 5 to make the same money. Unless you was making great money at your 9 to 5. Do not leave that to come make a business and make the same money. It's not gonna work. You have to execute. You have to like, and I'm still learning this as I go. You get what I'm saying? I'm not as much of an experienced driver as you, but I know you got to hustle in this game. You got to be out here. You got to open.
You got to
You
be
got to
out here.
open up. Exactly.
And these number I just gave you is 4,000 miles. So 4,000 mile is not around the corner.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? We're not talking
Yeah.
about.
We run. Yeah. Because
We're
I
not.
mean, I ran 4,000 miles 2 weeks ago. This week, I mean, I did good on rate per mile this week.
Right.
But in the week before, I ran probably about 2,500. So yeah, I
But
think
I'm
no
saying,
19.
with those numbers at 4,000 mile a week,
That's ridiculous.
um, you that's a lot of work, man. For you to give
Yeah.
away off of that money, that's a lot of work because you're
Yeah.
talking about. I did the numbers and ownership versus what you lose every month. You
Hmm.
lost every month in the rental box truck $7,440,
And that's the month. Good
and
Lord.
I gain 6,345 every month.
About finance.
You get what I'm saying? So you're
Yeah.
losing. You make 17,000. I make 25 and change.
Mm.
It's crazy, but
Yeah.
it, it
You losing a whole salary by renting that box truck.
right.
But and like I said, man, like I don't want to get too deep into it. I ain't gonna go deep into it, but a lot of people really do say go rent. But I know a lot of people just want to kind of tiptoe into the game, not knowing if it's for them. So it's just like I'm gonna just rent a truck. It's a little less risky, da 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 da. And that's cool. Like I said, we offering leasing on. If you want to just lease on, you don't want to start your own authority, go big time yet. It's nothing wrong with leasing on onto a company,
Mm-hmm.
paying that extra percentage just to learn more about the game, get some mentorship, learn about compliance. Because I told you what happened to me in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I probably ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell them now,
Mm-hmm.
but things happen. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
get put out of service or anything, but things happen when you ain't ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I'm constantly, and that was just New York. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Every other time I was good, but New
And
York is New York, man.
I want to say something also pertaining to the rent a truck company.
Hmm.
Even though you're gonna be paying that kind of money, you still gotta come out of your pocket. So it varies with the companies. They might want you to put $1,000 down. They might want you to put 15. They might
Mm.
say whatever. You get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
in those type of industry, it always changing. You get what I'm
exactly.
saying?
And they
So
made and those numbers. What was your weekly rental rate, honestly?
I think it was 19 cents a mile. I put it as the lowest and 55 and
Exactly.
550
Let me say
550 a
this.
week and 19 cents a mile. That's what I did.
Let me say this, Kirk. That number, the 19 cent a mile is closer. Nobody's getting 550 a week now. Now, all the people who started a year ago, they're getting that. I'm sorry
Mm-hmm.
to say, people's rental rates are somewhere between $725 and $1,000 a week. And I'm seeing people doing it because they come on with dispatch and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and that number explodes. You know what I mean? That number looks way worse. So, like out of that 8,400, they're probably spending 5,500 to 6,000. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
Right.
not worth it at that point running 4,000 miles. You're getting paid 50 cents per mile to drive. You might as well go get your CDL and go run with Prime or Swift or something like that. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like it's
Yeah.
not the same.
Yeah. That's why on my channel I tell people like and we talked about this yesterday. It's okay to start with it. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
don't start with it. It's fine. But to stay in there, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna
Just like
last.
Ron pointed out too. Plus the cost of diesel.
Right. That's also fluctuate.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna drop a video on this. But for all the people who are already in the live since y'all supporting the channel, I got a violation during my DOT inspection. Everything else was fine. I got a violation because when you ride through New York, if you're over 18,000 GVWR, you got to have the New York sales tax. So I'm working on that stuff now. I just can't go back to New York until I get that situated. I was passing through New York on the outskirts, so I didn't think I would. You know what I'm saying? The money was good. The money was good. I know I was gonna stay away from New York for that reason. But when
Right.
you're getting paid $3,500 for 953 miles, you just like shoot, like I might have to go through New York, you know. But I
Yeah.
got caught slipping. It's a learning experience. My first violation, so we're gonna get that stuff fixed up, and I'm gonna go right back to New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't work for you. I do 400 a week and 10 cents a mile. I'm eat. That's a great rental rate though. But how
Mm-hmm.
many people in this chat got a rental rate that good? That
That's
is
what
my
that's
question.
what that's what we're saying. That we're not saying that
That's a great rental rate.
you know you can't get the rates out there. We're not saying you can't get, if you get 10 cents a mile and $400. That's great, but the
Yeah.
reality is it's been promoted in a way now where people are
Mm-hmm.
making so much money off of these rental company because they're getting so much referral that they start to raise the price up.
Mm-hmm.
I had a guy in my what's the name, my channel. He had a breakdown. He couldn't get a replacement truck because there was no
Mm-hmm.
truck.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So
That's the same thing with my homeboy.
so it's just like the trucking business now where they raise the price up on these trucks. Like you did your video the other day. The price of
Mm-hmm.
the truck is out the roof. So if the price of the old truck is going up, then why they're not gonna raise the rate of the rental? I mean, it's
Exactly.
just common
And
sense.
they raised the hell out of it too. But I
Exactly.
mean, like it's almost a 3x, y'all. Like I can go ahead and show y'all, but you can go ahead and keep talking on that one, Kirk. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull up
So
the screen so they can see.
right. So if you get a 10%, a 10 cent a mile, 400 a week, then I would just
That's
keep
a
that.
great
But
rate.
for most people coming in right now, they might not get that same rate because that rate might be given to you as Mike said a year ago, 6 months ago, whatever the situation is. You get what I'm saying? But I know for most, the guy that is driving right now, he's not.
Mm-hmm.
He's paying about. I think he's paying about 650 a week.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's a killer. It's killing him. You get what I'm
Let
saying?
me see if I
So
can share my screen so they can see it. I don't know if everybody's seen the video. I know most of you guys probably have. Uh, but yeah, here it is right here. Like those are different prices to go down, and then can you see the screen, Kirk?
yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, you can see the they and the mileage ain't too bad, but you got trucks like this, like 319,000 miles,
Mhm.
which at that point, you know, probably around 350, 400. That's when they start to have a little more problems if you're not maintaining it right.
Mhm.
And since that's a 2017, they put 100,000. Like they've been hauling with this truck for real. You can tell when the just by the miles really if they've used this truck for commercial use or they just it was a regular rental that they decided to sell after a while.
Right.
And all of these are starting to look like they all been hauled. You
Mhm.
got rust on this one. You know what I mean? It's just a lot going on with these trucks, but they still
Right.
asking for $5. And now the financing company, since they see everybody coming in, getting these damage claims, insurance claims, they're gonna make you try to pay 25% on this. It's not
Right.
10% no more, Penske. It's 25 to 40%. And
Mhm.
who really got that type of capital to get into this game unless you're taking out of your life savings and stuff and really get in that way? You're still gonna have down payment for insurance, still gonna have to pay for your authority, DLC3, UCR, all that type of stuff. And you're gonna be looking at least about 25, 30,000 just to get into this game. And that's
Mhm.
not including the cushion that you need just in case something happened after the first 50 to 100,000 miles. Because you're probably not gonna get a good warranty on it if it's before 2015.
Right.
So I know that was a lot, but that's just my opinion on it. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's always better to finance your truck. A lot of people have financing issue now because the rate of the truck is out the roof and they want you to put obviously more money down. You're talking about
Exactly.
10,000, $15,000, but I mean it's the industry now is just it's just bad, and a lot of people taking advantage of
People
all
who
type of
didn't
different
know.
situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But shoot, let me get to a question. I know we just been, going at it. Let me look for the questions in here. But shout out to everybody who in the chat, man. If y'all in the chat right now, just hit the like button. Help this thing
Mm-hmm.
get shared around in the algorithm. It's just easier to get more exposure, get more people to this type of information. Um, let's see. Okay, we talked about this too. Is the paperwork side of everything difficult? So this is like where we talk about delegating your services.
Right.
So
So, hmm
go
you
ahead
can go
first.
ahead and tell them about that because I don't even know.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for the most part on the weekends, I can get to the paperwork side, but as you guys know, I do have my fiance with me, so she deals with a lot of the paperwork.
Hmm.
So, and it feels good, and when I drop off and I pick up, I'm just going to my drop of my pickup. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I ain't got to worry about when I drop off. I get to be able to go ahead and put this in RTS and put the rate plan with it, so I can get paid the same day or next day. I'm worried about getting to the next pickup like
Right.
ASAP, because it's a time crunch for everything, time over everything. So, but it's nothing wrong with, like I said, it's nothing wrong with not delegating your service if you can do it. If you can save that percentage to not have to do every last thing in business, you can do it. It's not hard though. If you're talking about to start, you do have to do everything a certain way in a certain order.
Hmm.
But if you're talking about as far as just being over the road and like invoice uploading, sign and carry a package with a brokerage. It's all pretty much the same type of stuff. It's just information about your business. Um, but me personally, I just like to drive. I pay my fiance 10% of everything I make. But you know what? It stays in the house here, and it stays with the house with Kirk. So I
Hmm.
mean, it's a blessing that we have in disguise. But at the same time, we're fully invested into our businesses. And
Hmm.
that's what I love about it. I
Yeah, and
love
I
that part.
pretty much I do the same thing like you. My wife take care of everything: email, factoring, invoice. I don't do anything, so I just pretty much drive and deliver and pick up and I just focus on running all over the place.
And hustling.
Yeah,
Getting that
yeah,
money, man.
yeah, because it's too much. You know what I mean?
Okay. I drive truck late at night, so I can shut down the DOT. Yeah, I feel you on that. I ride overnight a lot of times too, because when you having a lot of long trips, if you doing it, let me say like this: if you ain't running paper laws and you running an ELD, I'll have to, let's say I got an 800-mile trip. I'll run probably about 650 to 700, and then wake up and drive the last 2 hours. But that affects not only the time I drop off, but my clock for the next day. So I
Mm-hmm.
always end up picking my other load up around 2 to 4 p.m. And if I got another 600-mile trip, I'm probably not going to get that till like almost 2 a.m. You get what I'm saying? So you just got to know how to do it. Let me see. What's the most you can make in 1 week trucking by yourself as an owner operator? You go ahead, Kirk. I can't answer. My best was 84.50 2 weeks ago. I just did 7,100. This is my second best week, so I am getting more consistent. But the one I did do right at $24,500. I will have that video coming soon. All rate cons, all information. I might even pull up my RTS, but some of them wasn't just through RTS. So me personally with Hot Shot, I don't know. I could have possibly did 10,000 this week, but like I said, it depends on how hard. It depends on where you're willing to go. Let me say that.
Mm-hmm.
It
Right.
depends where you're willing to go, where you open your radius to. Because I probably could. I probably like the best. If you're saying just a leprechaun week, everything goes the perfect way, you're getting the great rates. I say 10,000 probably my cap. 10,000 probably my cap.
Yeah, and not only that, but how you use your truck. A lot of these guys who are stuck in at 65,000, 6,500 a week is because they keep doing this one pick, one drop,
Mm,
and that is so important because if you picked up like I told you about Terrence, we get him a load yesterday, paying $3,200, and it's going down to
it's all right.
it's going down to Arkansas, right? And even though it's one full truck, it takes up the whole entire 26-foot box truck. That he's getting good money because it's what 1,274 mile.
Mm,
Where you start have a lot to do with it, but it all boils down to just you as a person, how you want to work.
mm,
I would say you can make an average about 9 grand a week if you really run the truck, and if you really know the brokers in the area, you can tap out at maybe like 11. But on the low end, if you're new to the business I would put you about 65 to about 75 a week, which is okay
Okay,
because, you know what I
that's
mean?
good.
You
Yeah,
solo.
I think that's a realistic number. And
Right.
if you not delegating no services, if you doing all the
Right.
paperwork on your
Exactly.
own, I think that cap gonna be around,
Yeah.
like you said, 75. There
Because
are
it's,
some rare breeds out there, but
yeah. But if you want to just come out here and get on the game and just kind of like make it happen, and build up that that mindset where you're coming out this week to make some serious money, you can really
uh,
bring home the bag every week, and
yes, sir.
but it takes time. You'll get there. You know what I mean?
Hey, like I said though, y'all, everybody hit the like button, man. Everybody hit the like button just so we can get this shared around a little more. So we got. I don't understand why you want to rent unless you are not planning to stay in trucking, and that's a great point. I think that's just like a mindset type of deal. If you got a great rental rate, you can stay with it, make your money, even if you got dedicated work. But just like you said, you got a lot of stuff lined up that can dedicate you to buy another truck. You know what I'm saying? Brand new. I feel the exact same way with entrepreneurship. I try to strive for ownership, no matter what the asset is. I do just try to own as much assets as I can in the long run.
let me
Um, but
let me
renting
say
can work.
let me say something pertaining to that, because I see a lot of that been promoting these days about trying it out. You don't try your business, especially when you put in thousands of dollars down. And I'm gonna say this: I send you an email.
Mm,
Remember that email I sent you?
yeah,
A lady tried out and lost $20,000 in 3 months,
yeah.
doing
Listening
the
to other
same
people.
doing the same rent of stuff. She
Yeah.
lost 20 grand. Was crying on my phone.
Mm,
There, so trucking with Joker said, there's some business. This is not a tryout. It's not
yeah.
like
Ain't job.
yeah. It's not like let's
The
test
stock
it
market.
out and see if it works, because you got to think about going into this bank and take out money.
Uh-huh.
So what happened when you lose that 20 grand? You
Uh,
ain't getting it back. It's not like you say, oh well, I tried and I never make it. Give me my money back. Like you
exactly.
actually lose those money.
Yeah.
You get what
And
I'm
we was
saying?
talking about this too. Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But right. So what I'm saying is, if you're gonna come into trucking, just come into it with a mindset: I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna rent a truck, I'm gonna stay 3 months, I'm gonna try and get me a truck in the meantime, and I'm gonna go a year, 2 year, get me a next truck, and build my asset up, and I can become making some serious money. But when you come into this, let's try it out, cuz, and see what happen. That right there just telling me that you you're not really serious. Actually, you're not really
Yeah.
serious. It's like,
Yeah.
it's almost like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, I don't get it.
Exactly. And when it's not really being preached as far enough. Like, it's not being preached as an exit plan anymore. It's just kind of like you can go out and rent a truck. It's so easy rather than it's like you can go rent a truck. It's easy to make the money. I don't have to show you the numbers of what it really takes to make good money renting a truck. Even though, with like I said, with the prices now, it's just hard. I tell everybody I get a consultation with it, especially pertaining to box trucks renting. The rates are ridiculous now, man. I know people doing $1,100, $1,200 a week with probably like 15 to 19 cents a mile. Numbers are crazy. Um, just like you said, pertaining to ownership, that's what I strive for with entrepreneurship. Everybody doesn't have to own. You know what I mean? You can lease and you can rent, but that should be short term.
Right.
And really, with anything, even if I don't want to say leasing a car, them things do depreciate, but you're really investing into an asset. And after a while, we do know. Like, what am I? No, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is,
But
don't listen to what everybody says.
but but but
Everybody.
but wait. But let's go there. Let's go there.
Okay.
Granted, listen to them. Let's go there. Cause we have to address it at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go there. Okay, fine. The overhead. Oh,
Mm,
you ain't got no overhead expense. You ain't got to worry about no towing fee. You ain't got to worry about no maintenance. Listen, why you think
yeah.
they charge you $550 a week? That's two thousand
Mm,
dollars over $2,000 a month. That's you prepaying a breakdown.
yeah.
That's you
Exactly.
prepaying a truck towing your truck off the highway.
Hmm.
And don't forget, If you have a breakdown in one of those rent a truck with a load on it, and you can't find a truck, and you are already halfway to your destination, you lose that money. You get what
Yep.
I'm saying? So
And
we
they're not
gotta
gonna be in a
be
hurry to get to another truck. It's hard to get a truck.
exactly. So we got to be realistic with people when we're trying to tell them to come into business, and stop trying
Uh,
to let them think that it's this pacifier thing, like baby them up. Like, okay, you can come in, but if it doesn't work, it's not too bad. You can, like, that's not a business plan. That's not a business strategy. CEO of company doesn't go into business with shareholder money and say we gonna try it out. And if you ever see them guy in Shark Tank, they either
uh,
give you their money or don't give you their money. They don't say,
uh,
well, I'm gonna try it out, and if it doesn't work, I don't care. I'll take the loss. Like, that's not a business plan. That's not a good. That's not a good. That's just people who trying to get in your pocket, marketing that
uh.
stuff to you.
Okay, let me get to this one. This is a great one. We're gonna get to this one. We're gonna get to this one later. It don't take that long, man. It takes no more than 6 to 8 weeks to get everything finalized. And the authority vetting they process is 3 weeks. Let's get into this one. I love this. You have great comments. Nothing wrong with it. Let's be truthful. That it's not the rate prices. It's the rate all the new guys are taking with the fuel being up. Don't take nothing less than $2.50 a mile. Keep taking those $2, and you will be out. Okay, so this is what I disagree with. I do agree that people are taking ridiculous rates. Like people who are taking anything under $1.50, unless it's at a partial rate, I can't agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't understand that the rental rate that people are putting out, like people are paying over twice or three times what you're paying for your rental and cent per mile, right? So why do you think their cost to operate will be 250? On what salary? On a 250 a mile, they run 4 weeks out the month. They may make 6 to 8 thousand, and that's running over 15,000 miles. That sucks. That sucks. Like my cost to operate is $1.61 rent. Pretty sure yours is anywhere from $1.60 to $1.80. When you're renting those trucks for $800 to $1,200 a week with 20 cents a mile, your cost to operate is over $3 a mile to make $6,000 a month. That's your cost to operate. Not rate per mile, not your RPM, that's your CPM. It gets really bad when you're renting a truck that isn't worth it. So that's why we're saying that. We're not saying anybody who got a great rental rate that you can't make money. Jabril is one of my best friends. He run hard. He got a dedicated route now. His rental rate is like 413, 12 cents a mile. Great rental rate. He done had it his whole time. He done had a couple of hiccups. I think he got his truck back. He's still running. Great. The people who doing 800, 850 a week, that is not long term. And you wanting to get 250 a mile for loads going 1,000, 700 miles every single time without anything dedicated, without any contracts, that's unrealistic because markets are different. What you gonna
Right.
say? I booked my load to Colorado is making $3 a mile. What's my back haul out of Colorado?
Mm-hmm.
That's
If
that's
if
that's,
if
that's
you
not
get
even
anything,
realistic, right?
if you get anything.
Exactly. And then now you're deadheading, and that 350 a mile turn
Mm-hmm.
into maybe $1.75.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
There you
not
go.
we're not saying this to lead people in the wrong direction and not get in. We want y'all to get in the right way,
Mm-hmm.
and that may take time. It may take patience. It may take finding the right rental account managers. But don't just take everything you see out there and think it's perfect information. Nothing's perfect out here at this point. The game is being taken advantage of before you hit the road.
Mm-hmm.
Before you hit the road.
What?
So it's a great comment and it's a great conversation. Yeah, people shouldn't be taking cheap freight. I wish everything on the load board was $3, $4 a mile, but the market is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So we could talk about our parcels that we picked up this weekend. I had a load leaving Newburgh, New York, $995 to come down to St. Louis, right?
Mm-hmm.
$2,000. That's a pole. I got another load coming in the same direction. I stopped to reset the PA. I picked up $1,600 to go to Nebraska. That was like another 800 miles, 850 miles. So that 1,600, it wasn't necessarily right at $2 a mile, but it's added on to another 2,000 going in the same direction. So now I'm making 3,600. It makes sense for me, 3,600 on no more than 1,400 miles, and I'm at 270 miles. So taking load, like every single load, a 5 foot 10-foot partial probably ain't gonna be 250 a mile. There are some people who want it dedicated, and those are the loads that you could probably add on something too. Honestly, it's gonna be a load you get 250 a mile within a box truck, and they add a seal on it. It's up to you at that to want to either fill that truck up and taking out that seal or keeping it on. I'm not telling you what you need to do, but it's your business and you operate it the way you want to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to call this person out. You know, always showing love, always putting great comments on everybody's channels. But even if the rates go up because inflation on everything, even fuel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fuel is 450 a mile, 450 a gallon. Darn near nationwide at this point, 4 to 450 a gallon. We do need to start putting in the community to take better freight. But I will not say two loads paying $2 a mile don't make sense.
Right.
Because it makes hella sense for me.
Mm.
It makes a lot of sense for me. Let's see. Oh, my bad. I'm on the old ones, y'all. Let me put this one though. Shout out to the Wild, yes sir. Keep us going. All right, let's see what else we got. Hey, y'all can drop questions too, man. Y'all can drop questions.
And let me jump in real quick about the mileage, about the gas rate you just said. As you know, I'm coming from Cali, right?
Yeah,
So um from Cali, you're talking about four. It was 4.99 in most of the
yeah.
state, but I've seen gas was selling over there for 5.12, $5.12.
Uh-huh.
So it really depends on where in the country you are. To be
Yeah.
even, it eats up your money so fast that you could be like having 3 grand on the truck, but
Uh-huh.
where you're coming out of or where you're operating from, the cost is so high that it's like it dwingles down to such a low number. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So it just depends on where on what you're trying to do that makes it you have a good
Exactly.
week or a bad week. You know what I mean?
All right. At the same time, you cannot give a broker all your trailer space for 250 when you're holding a load overnight. Okay, that's good. I don't know what your cost to operate is,
Mm-hmm.
but if you if you telling me 250 for a high shot or a box truck is not a profitable rate, then I'm not gonna go too deep into it. We gonna strive for what we need to run our business correctly. But I may make an entire video explaining why 250 a mile, if you consistently running at that, is pretty good. Okay. Uh, Let me just get to this question. Everybody drop your questions, man. Everybody coming in, because I love these type of dialogues. It's not to argue with each other, debate with each other. It's just to learn from each other. So what are your thoughts on how many miles are considered good when purchasing a used truck? What you think about that, Kirk? I think anything under 300,000 is pretty. I want to say 250, but it's just hard to find them. So anything under 300,000 is a decent. It depends on what the price is, though. You know what I mean?
And the type of
So
truck.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
if you,
and
you you can get an Eno with 300 or over 300 mile, maybe a 2016, 2014.
yeah,
Um, I would, maybe if you could get it for like right now at the market, maybe like 55,
uh-huh,
50, 60. It's still good, but I always tell people this: take any truck you buy, take it to the dealer and ask them to do a DOT inspection on it. Okay,
uh-huh,
and they will be the best one to tell you that if you should purchase that truck or not, because not only that they're going to do a physical inspection, but they'll plug
uh-huh.
the computer up. You can ask them to run a computer diagnostic, and they'll plug it
Okay.
up, and they'll find out if there's any hidden code, or you get what I'm saying, and
Yeah, you
they'll
gotta
and
have a
they'll
different
tell
one.
you, yo, buy the truck or don't buy it. You get what I'm saying? And if they say
Yeah,
don't buy it, leave it alone.
exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Because you don't want to buy a truck where next thing you know it costing you a arm and a leg. So it all depends on
Yeah,
the type of the truck. If it's an international, they come with very low mileage only because of their reputation. So I mean, most people coming in the business, they're like 7, 8 grand, 9 grand, 120, 150. But if you're
uh-huh,
talking about Enos and Freightliners that got like 400,000 mile and going up to 400,000 mile. I mean, it's kind of hard. It just depends on the maintenance. They both. There's some decent truck that well maintained that got 300. My truck got 400,000 mile and I was burning gas yesterday.
So what
So
did you buy in that, bro?
no, I bought it brand new, but I kept up the maintenance. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I
So
was saying. Like,
yeah,
you know your truck too.
right,
This,
right, right.
and I'm not saying you have to be a mechanic to know, because I'm not too mechanically inclined myself. I'm still
Right.
learning more about my trailer. But you want somebody to be with you who knows mechanically if that truck is
Mhm.
any good or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wouldn't just go there, check the battery, crank it up, and say, all right, I'm buying. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I think
Mhm.
that's real risky. You know.
Cause you remember those engine and transmission, they're not cheap, man. $7,000 for a Allison transmission, depending where you're buying it from.
Mm,
So if you buy a truck with a bad tranny, you're gonna be, I mean, it just all depends.
yes, sir.
So you gotta just really take your time.
So we can get into this. I think the best negotiating tip for me. Well, I'm not gonna
For the
go too
broke.
deep. Yeah, it's just, my biggest thing with Hot Shot Man is the link. Because I mean, they'll post a 30 foot. I done seen this, a 30 foot, 5,000 pound parcel, and they do the same thing with box truck. 24 feet, 20 feet,
Mhm.
5,000 pound. That's it's a partial rate. A semi could get two of these. Your best negotiating rate is coming to them and saying, look, this is my cost to operate. I'm at least, like, at the very minimum, I need at least this to move. Can you please go back to your customer and see if that works? Because a lot of these brokers do be having it in it. Now, if it's 5 feet of space and it's paying $1 a mile, just keep looking for another load. And you can only negotiate so much with certain brokers. Like, it ain't like you can get a TQL broker going from $1.25 to $3 a mile. That's just not
Mhm.
realistic. Somebody's gonna call and take that BS for $1.50 right after you hang up. So the best thing you can also let them know, I know somebody else to take this freight for you. But I'm gonna actually get the job done. I can get it there quicker and blah blah blah. When it's a drop, I can get it there on time. But in order for me to do that, I need this rate. That's just a simple tip that I do. Try to, like, not necessarily build a relationship, but let them know, like, I'm just trying to get this freight for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Um.
Which one I'm going? Which one you want? Hold on, let me go over every question because I'm trying to get over the ones we ain't already talked about.
Mhm.
All right, let's see. They said I'm skipping questions. It's a lot. Making 1 week. Let's see. All right, see, I skipped over this one. I'm a state guy. Let's go over every question. All right. So what's this? What is that code for box trucks? Have you ever seen that code?
No.
That's the question that I'm skipping. A lot of people don't ask that question. That's the first time I've seen that question.
That normally, I'm not sure. I'm not. They got to be a little bit more specific with that question.
Okay. I don't know if that's a code as far as, like, under the hood or what. But let's see. I'm gonna go over every single question down the line. GMO logistics, those $2 a mile will take you out as TP. Okay. It's not really a question, that's just a statement. Mike, are those numbers for hot shot? If you put down I forgot where we were talking about this. Put down what you call it, and I go. Where do you find the good lows? I mean, you want to go truck stop, DAT, and those are the only two that I necessarily need. I know with box trucks they have Amazon Relay, but really you can't really negotiate those rates. They're a set rate. Shout out to you, bro. Everybody drop your questions. I'm gonna go down the line. How can I find brokers here in Tucson, Arizona? How close are you to Phoenix? I never heard of Tucson, but Arizona. I don't know if you're doing box truck or hot shot, but for box truck, when I went to Arizona, it was pretty dry freight for me. All it was like the only way we could get out of Arizona was long haul. Like, it wasn't really anything going 360 miles. Well, it was a lot of load going to Cali. We just didn't want to go out that way.
Mhm.
But it was a lot of long haul freight out of there. Let's see. My bad. It's gonna take me a while to get to because they want me to get to all of them. Let me see. It's a lot. Thanks for the info. We just did this one now. All right, please post this live on your channel so we can keep this in. Yeah, it's gonna upload automatically. Everybody hit the like button too. I'm trying to go through every question. Let's see this one. What about purchasing a truck with Ryder? I don't. Ryder. When I went to their website, at least in the past, their prices were more expensive. But what I did notice about those trucks, though, they had lower mileages. But usually, if it's gonna have a lower mileage, it's gonna be a more expensive price. But I'll probably do a video on like where to find a box truck or something like that, or how to get in the hot shot as far as finding the truck, and then we can go over that too.
I think
So,
I think Riders is the best out of all of them in terms of
uh
buying trucks.
you think they keep up with maintenance the most?
I
They're
think
pretty white truck.
they're pretty better.
Yeah.
Than Penske and Budget. But Budget trucks are like they're like beat up, man. So
uh
if you and Riders is mostly lease trucks, so
Yeah.
I would probably try grab one of those anyway.
What are your thoughts about how many miles a truck should have when purchasing a used? I think we already spoke on this. All right. Why would you move those loads 19 cent a mile? Know your worth. Who on earth would move a load for 19 cent a mile? All right. I'm about to get insurance to make them throw that if I want to lease owner operators. What's your advice? Find owner operators who want to run. Do not lease on anybody who wastes your time. I don't know of anybody who I want to talk to. Talked to over 20 people. You got to find people who are serious about getting into this business, not people with unrealistic expectations. I don't know if he's in the chat, but I heard one dude, he was telling me like, yo, I'm doing this thing with Lowe's. It's white glove work, basically hands on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hearing that box trucks out here making like 1,500 on 200 miles in the area I live in, such and such, right? And I'm just like, that's not going to be consistent. I've never, like, I may have heard of that once or twice, but it's not a lot of, maybe it was a hazmat reefer load or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not many loads paying that. You're looking at 2 to 220 a mile when it comes to running a box truck in that type of area. And you just want to, like I said, find people who are realistic, who are open to expanding their radius at least to a certain amount of a region, I guess. I wouldn't lease on anybody who just wanted to be local. We can try it out, but as far as it working out, it may just not be feasible. How do
But
you feel about
but I was talking to you yesterday, and it's funny how people coming in the transportation business.
that?
This is a transportation. We're transporting goods all over the place, and
Yeah.
whether it's hot shot or box truck or tractor trailers, you
Mhm.
coming into an industry where your job is supposed to open to go anywhere. Why are you
Exactly.
trying to be like in a 300-400 mile radius and then go back home? You
Mm.
get what I'm saying? Or if
Yeah.
it's okay if you wanna do a 300-400 mile radius, but at least still open up. That if we call on you and say, hey, you wanna go to Arizona, can you take this? You like, oh yeah, man, don't worry about it. I got you. You
Mhm.
get what I'm saying? But there's just
Yeah.
some people coming in the transportation business and they just hell bent and just
And
be
they want
in
to be
a
home every
certain
night.
area. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
So
it's
John, I would say look for people who want to run. That's how you
mm-hmm,
gonna make the most money. That's
mm-hmm,
how they gonna make the most money, and you both happy. If you find
exactly.
people who don't want to run, money ain't gonna be coming in. You still liable for the insurance payment. They may not be able to pay that certain percentage you want to lease them on to,
Mm-hmm.
and problems just build up that way. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Just find the right people. You got to come into this game with a ride or die mentality. This is not trial to see if it works. I agree with that.
That's a
You got to come
lady,
in.
and that's a lady saying that. I tell you, boy.
Women are coming out here hard, man. Shout out, shout out. Okay. I already spoke on this. We did it. There's probably a lot of questions I'm behind on now, y'all. A lot of questions. I just don't want y'all thinking I'm skipping over y'all. This is the same question. All right. What are y'all thoughts? Oh, we did that one. My bad, y'all. I'm just trying to catch y'all up for all the new people who joining in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're just giving out y'all some game. Any questions y'all got, drop them down. Okay. Oh, shout out. What's up, Cuzzo? You dropping a load that day. That's a green light. You have a point at the same time. Yes, sir. I ain't trying to be out here telling everybody to take everything. Feel like it's fair too. Can we call the shippers? Yes, you can do it. A lot of times it's gonna be at least on the box truck side. Your clearance isn't gonna be high enough. A lot of them are gonna either want you like most of them gonna want you by 102 at the door. I know it's some where it's 98. Most box trucks clearances are anywhere from 90 to 96 high. You can get that box truck that's like 98 wide, 102 wide, but usually those are gonna have swing doors. But most of them come with standard roll up doors, so it kind of affects the clearance to get a lot of semi loads. So
Right.
if you want to speak on that, I mean that's about all it is really.
That's it. It's like it's
You know
standard.
what I
It's
mean?
standard across the board, so there's not really much you can do about it.
Yeah. Filled up yesterday for 307 in Dallas. That's what's up. That shit costs bread though. Okay. I run 300-mile radius. Yeah, I spoke to allows me to pick and choose when I leave the house and then head home. OTR is a take what you can get. Okay. But you live in a great region. I think you live out of Illinois, right? No, all trucks break down. That's true. If I finance a $40,000 truck, how much would be my down payment with bad credit? I think they're gonna end up doing you for about 40,000. I mean 40% down. So what is like?
Who tell
I
you they go?
swear.
Who
What is
tell you
that like
they?
17,000? What's that?
Who tell you they're gonna give it to him in the first place?
Oh, you're right. You're right. Because a lot of people now, I think they're saying you have to be in business like a year or something like that to finance
Exactly.
or lease. Yeah, but if
Your
they
best
were
bet.
to do it,
Your best bet is to go to your credit union and try to get that 40 grand,
yeah,
because if they give it to you with bad credit, your interest rate is gonna be at
through
least
the
17% or more.
yeah, and then that's a commercial vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Like they usually can be higher than that. They can be
And
higher than that.
and with bad credit, you're gonna have to pay more in insurance, because when they run your credit, it's gonna even be more.
Mm,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's crazy.
Okay. Is it okay to use virtual address for commercial insurance and just garage at home? Hey, I wouldn't use that virtual address for anything. If you check out a video like that junk held us back. From getting our tags because they were trying to ship the tags for the truck to the virtual address. It kept getting sent back. You gotta have. I know it'll tell you they don't want to send it to a personal address, but the truck got to be where it resides. So it's more than likely gonna be it. You can't put a PO box. You can be a PO box, matter of fact, but do not use a virtual address in my opinion. I would just put like probably a personal residence. Probably. What do you use, Kirk? I want to put the
Well,
business
I go to UPS and I get a
PO box.
post I get a PO box, and I use their address.
Okay, okay.
But
That can work too, but not a virtual address.
right, because
Yeah.
as you said, the virtual address, it can become a problem.
Mm.
But I think just start with that. If not, just use your address to get everything sorted out, and then change it
Exactly.
over to a PO box.
That's what I was most so trying to say. Get everything first and
Mm-hmm.
then go ahead and switch it over. I just watched a video about running parcel in Illinois, running a box truck, and it's hard to find small loads. And all of them on DAT are like 7,000 pounds and up, not leaving much room. This is where I was speaking on having CDL and helping out. And if a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people are telling me I shouldn't be running under $253 a mile, if I had a CDL, I promise you I would. I don't mean to like boast or brag, but like I could put more things on my truck simply because of weight. I got steel on my truck. I got two parcels now. I got a 30-foot long pole that's 6 inches wide. It's on the edge, and then I got this generator that's like 8,000 pounds sitting on my axle. So I still probably got almost 20 feet of space in the front of my deck with about 88 inches wide full of deck. But I'm capped out on weight. I can probably only put another 500 pounds of weight on there, and it's not
Right.
a lot of load running around. It's 500 pounds. So that's where I kind of say like it's gonna be freight, but it's gonna be heavy. So I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these hot shots that's really making the money, the people who parceling up their ass off, they at least hauling 13 to 15,000 pounds in order to make that type of money. And that's why I'm still looking to get my CDL as soon as possible. How do you feel about that, Kirk?
Well,
Oh, that's yeah.
no, so go back to the weight that you're talking about. since the pandemic, what has been happening, what I've been noticing is the order has been double.
Mm.
So even so, what and that's why when you call about a freight, they'll tell
Mm.
you it's 99 inches high, because what these guys are doing is, instead of stocking, if they're gonna send 15 pallets or 17 pallet, they'll
Mm.
just stock it higher. You get what I'm saying? So they
Yeah, they
send
try to
less. So
condense
they
it.
send less pallet. You get what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Which is less
Yeah.
space, but then it's higher and it's way more.
Mm.
You get what I'm
I
saying?
didn't even think about it.
So
That's
so
some,
that so
you
that's the
know it.
reason why when we call sometime and we see a load going for like 7,000 pound and it's paying like $3,200, but when you call them, they're like, "No, you got to be 102." That's because
Mm.
the shipper are double stocking the pallets. You get what I'm
That
saying?
makes a lot of sense.
Or they're
That makes
stocking
a
it
lot of
so high that they send less pallets, and that's how they're
sense.
saving on their money. You get what
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
saying?
That's some game now. Because you said you worked at a warehouse at one point, so you know how it goes when production
Exactly,
gets
exactly.
when production slows down. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's how they used to save on money when they're shipping their product. So that way, you know what I mean? But
Okay, let me see. If everyone could afford to just don't run for 1 week, every hot shot in the country rate would be up the next week because brokers gonna make no money. They depend on hot shots a lot. Oh, that's a. I wonder who can what all dudes in hot shot can afford to do that. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be them people out there running the hell out of that freight just because they can't afford to take a week off. That's the sad truth in it. But that I believe that's true to an extent. This is the older one. All right, let's see. It's too many hot shots out there. Oh, I mean, it's too many out there that are taking cheap rates from the brokers. They are. They are you going? Huh? They are you going to keep pumping those small rates to everybody? It's up to you and us if we take it or not.
Okay,
Okay.
so let me explain. Let me talk on that, because I a lot of people don't understand. Um, People just throw this street freight out, and they never really get
Yeah.
into why people are taking that. You got guys
Exactly.
who don't know how to negotiate. They'll
Yeah.
call TQL and TQL say 50 cents. They're like, "Oh man, that's a good load. Give it to me."
Yeah.
You
Five
get
hundred dollars for 400
right.
miles. Yeah.
So if you don't have a good negotiation skill, if you're not in the business long enough to know how to know when the load is good or not,
Mm.
yeah, you're gonna take whatever, and it's gonna be bad for everybody. But that doesn't mean that there's not gonna be somebody there that's gonna take it. There's new drivers coming out every single day. They have no idea what's going on. There are guys that just getting thrown in these trucks and just they take whatever.
Mm.
So, until that's why I said in my videos, you got to get with someone that has experience and know what's going on. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
when, hey Mike, what do you think, man? I'm trying to book this load, but this dude trying to give me $1.20. What do you think? He's gonna
I'm
be
gonna
like,
say.
hell no. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
but to you, if you don't have that guidance over you, you're gonna think it's a good load.
Yeah.
You
I
know what I
wouldn't. I
mean?
wouldn't. I ain't never showed that BS now. You get what I'm saying? I may have added 120 if I already had $2 on it, but you know what I'm saying? At least $1.50, $1.80 or something. But you
Right.
got to make what works for you. Because a lot of I love how people say 250 $3 a mile. I see a lot of hot shots on average with all of their freight combined is $3 a mile.
Right.
But if you got three loads, three parcels on your truck, you say I'm running for 350 a mile. How much is each one of those parcels paying? Y'all not running for $10 a mile. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's running, uh, you know, 600 miles for $6,000. That's not what we're saying. We're saying, 700 miles, 2,100, 25, maybe $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
You still took a load on the 2,000 mile to get that. You know what I'm saying? So I just say keep it real. You know what I mean? Everybody takes freight that's worth it to them. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So like I said, I'm running at whatever 1,300 miles for 7,100 for 3,600 $3,600. So 1,300. That's right under that's probably like 280 a mile, something like that. But yeah, that one for 1,600 going to that direction and going up is gonna be more than 800 miles. It's not even at $2, but it works for the scenario I have.
Right.
You know what I mean? So let me see. Forgot you hot shot. I had a broker offer $600 Chicago to St. Louis. It was one skid, and I got him up to 1,100. That's nice. Brokers
That's
got money. That's good.
exactly. So
Yeah.
there you go. Perfect example. You know how to negotiate that load, but what about me who's just coming in? 600 might
Yeah.
sound good to me.
And
You
he
know what I'm
signed
saying?
firing on it too. Like 600 is all I got, buddy. Either you
Uh-huh.
take it or
Uh-huh.
the next. Or you take it or the next one take it.
No,
If you can
hear this
decide to
one.
get on that load or keep going and talking to him and trying to reason with him,
Uh-huh.
that's on you.
Or they'll be
But
like, you see, it's a partial, right? Uh-huh.
yeah,
What
exactly.
does that mean?
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying? Like you can
yeah.
tell they're gonna try nickel and dime you. Yeah, I see it's a partial, but it's still 4,000 pounds.
And it's 9,000 pounds for us.
You know what I
Shit.
mean? So
It's only taking up 10 feet, bud.
yeah,
Damn
right.
tractors and shit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he has a channel. It's On Track Trucking. I don't know if you can see his name. Yeah, there you go, right there. On Track Trucking. He just
Yeah.
started 6 weeks ago. He already hit 1K. Shout out to him. And he's growing, man. He's growing. He's gonna be at 2K soon, then 10K. He's gonna keep growing. Hell yeah, they got the money. All right, let's see. From experience, what states do you think have the best paying loads? So these are my top three. I'm putting y'all on game now.
Mm-hmm.
These are my top three. Y'all top three ain't gotta be my top three. I want y'all to drop what's y'all top three.
Mm-hmm.
So the best three paying states for me. Number 3, I'm gonna go Kentucky. Believe it or not, I'm gonna go Kentucky.
That's
Number
mine.
2,
Mm-hmm.
I like PA. I like PA.
I live
Number one,
here.
believe it or not, I like PA. Number 1, I gotta go Illinois. I
That's
gotta
my
go
that's
Illinois.
that's two right there.
That's 2 out of your 3. What's yours?
I,
Did you like Cali?
I love Indiana, bro.
Indiana. You like Indiana? For me, for
Oh.
Indiana, it's so much deadhead for me. Anytime I'm in Elkhart, anytime I'm in Indianapolis, I have at least 120-mile deadhead. I don't know why, but Indiana will easily be 4th or 5th because it's always freight moving out. But the
Mm-hmm.
deadhead is just so much further. With Kentucky, I feel like you got it all. If you up in like the northeast part of Kentucky, north side in general, you
Mm-hmm.
got a little bit of Ohio. You got a little bit of Indiana. On the edge, you
Right.
got Kentucky.
Right.
At the
Right.
bottom, you
Uh-huh.
got Tennessee. So it's just freight
Uh-huh.
everywhere, all around. Same thing for PA. You got New Jersey right here. You got Ohio right here. Virginia, it's a lot of freight going there. The backhaul ain't too good. Illinois, I ain't even got to explain myself. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's just my thought process on it. Those are just the states that everywhere around you is money. Same
It's
thing with
money.
Indiana too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but those are my top 3. I would love to hear y'all top 3, man.
Yeah.
Let's
And
see. Let's
believe it
see.
or not, I used to have a driver, just keep him from Philly to Indy in a
Mm.
circle, right in
And I believe
Kentucky.
it.
Yeah, just right in a circle. And he was making top dollars, like just going,
Mm.
and he'd be home every weekend. If
I'm
you
not
ever
gonna give out my lane no more, but I think if you just keep watching my channel, you'll kind of see. Okay, the past 4 weeks, this man first load been going to this
Mhm.
specific region, and his second load ended up coming back to this region, and then he ended up coming back home. It's like I'm starting to see what certain lanes are taking me. You get what I'm saying, and what the rates are kind of the best for that specific market.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun. The broker's getting paid good for that freight, partial or full loads. I love this talking to broker. Y'all know I just man, I gotta get a collab with Raw Trucking. He just started his channel not too long ago too. He live in the area I live in. We're gonna probably get him on this same live, maybe hopefully next week. And we're gonna speak, he gonna speak to y'all a lot on the broken game. We spoke for a little bit, and it's not what you guys seem like. You guys think brokers can quote these customers for anything. The customers are usually looking for the best bid, unless they've been working with this broker for a while. And usually, if they do, they know the set percentage or set rate they're gonna get for that load because they have they have a relationship. Not every single broker has like I said, $1,000 in on profit when you take that load. If you get hustled out of that rate, that's just you didn't have to take that load. But at the same time, I want to we're gonna talk about this from a broker perspective because sometimes when those brokers with them loads, they're only making $100, $150 off of it. You know what I'm saying? That's just the game. But not every. I do believe in LTL freight brokers they do have the stronger hand because if your rate is just out of their range, they can just take the next call. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And us being limited on freight, people are going to be more gullible to take that certain rate. So, and then there's a lot of double brokering going on. They
Mhm.
already touched that load before you touched it.
Right,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? So if they ordered a flatbed and then they broke it out to a flatbed hot shot, I don't need $4 a mile to operate. I would love to get it, but I don't need $4 to operate unless it's like a team load overnight type of deal.
Hmm.
Um, but you know, if I get that load for 250, that gap of 350, that's $1 a mile. They're going 1,000 miles. That's $1,000. That's just what it is.
Yep.
You need that code from Navy, Federal, or banks. Okay. Let's see. Now, Northern American Industry Classification System. Okay.
So somebody answer that.
Yeah, he answered it. I think he already knew the answer. All right. Brokers will post a load for $1,000 on 650 miles, but that's $1,000 he or she starting prices to begin with. Okay. Now, hold on, I'm trying to read this the right way. If you see a load like this, right?
Hmm.
And I'm gonna put y'all on small game. The loads for me that pay the best are the ones without a rate. When they ask you where you want to be at,
Hmm.
you ask them before you negotiate that load, because I've done it before. Before you negotiate that load, ask them, what do you usually run this load for? I had a load with C.H. Robinson that I couldn't take at the time because I was going through the whole DOT inspection type of deal. It was going 151. I told him, what do you usually run this for? Can you do 900? Because a lot of people for 151 miles, $600-700, maybe 650, something around that area. You're not gonna say $1,000. They'll say again.
Basically, you don't tell on yourself.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know what I
That's
mean?
what I
Let
call it.
them, let them tell you how much it's worth. You know what I mean? Because
Exactly.
when I heard $900 for 150, like I'm 20 miles away. I'm just like, I didn't want to show it, but I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, let
Mm-hmm.
me take that load. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I call on most loads that don't have a rate because the ones that are posted for a rate have been posted on there because everybody sees how trash the rate is. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Same. I had a broker tell me 600 for a load. She said no. Someone in box truck will take it. I laughed and called back 30 minutes later to talk to another broker and got it for 900. Exactly it. But it all depends on how many box trucks with common sense out there are negotiating for these loads. Because we see some of these loads sit for hours.
Mm-hmm.
So not everybody's taking cheap freight. It's just those select few who get to that market, don't have no money. They're just trying to pay their bills. And if that's all that's left, if that's the only broker that'll work with their company because they in their first 30 to 60 days, they're going to end up taking it, y'all. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say can we blame them, but that's the game that the brokers are playing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why TQL has the lowest rates on the load board, in my opinion, is because anybody can take them.
So
Freight brokers and all.
let me say this about brokers and the rates and what I've discovered since I've
Mhm.
been out here. I have a book, right?
Yeah.
That I when I first came out here my first year, I
Hmm.
put down all the brokers that I use information in that book and then I upload it to my computer, me and my wife.
Hmm.
And what I
Okay.
get to understand is if you go through all the brokers, like I live in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania. So some of
Okay.
those brokers are repeat brokers. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? They got thousands of customers over here. And so they're always on the load board over here. So what I
Yeah.
did, I go through all of those brokers, and
Hmm.
I cut down all of those, including TQL, and
Hmm.
just remove them and just keep a list of brokers where I either can know that I'm gonna get a good rate or
Hmm.
that are willing to negotiate with me. And I
Hmm.
do that as I go along each state, but it takes time to
Okay.
develop that type of process. So
Exactly.
when you come out here, there's ways you can make extra money. Like if you're in Chicago a lot, if you live in Illinois and you know that that broker always be posting load,
Hmm.
take your book and just jot down a bunch of these guys that you talk to and see their prices, and you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you go to different state that have different brokers, chances are that same brokers that you already dealt with in PA gonna probably pop up over there. You already know
Hmm.
these guys, so you know, and that will help you develop a better relationship in negotiating with these guys when it comes out here. So you got to take out these like the Patel. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
$500, 9,000 pound. It's only four pallets, and they
Yeah.
always they don't
Agents
care.
existed. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't care. Like they
Same
don't
brokers. Yeah.
care. You get what
They
I'm
don't.
saying?
It's obvious too. It's obvious when you get double brokered.
Right.
The way that they stay on you, they call you. If you tell them your ETA is 20 minutes away, and they call you 5 to 10 times within that, it's double brokered because they know if that load don't fall through, it's on them because they lose that customer, even though you're liable as far as having your certificate of insurance and your stuff like that. But you basically when you pull up to the shipper, they're thinking you're a driver for that company, not your own. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think I had issues with paperwork on one of my last loads. They was like, "What's your carrier name again?" You get what I'm saying? And
No,
it
they
ain't
say
nothing.
who you driving for?
Exactly. Like
You like,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, right,
Yeah. Hell, you mean? Go look on the truck.
right.
Oh, we already answered that one. Don't worry, y'all. We're gonna get to the question. I know I'm behind like a heck, but I'm trying to give everybody a chance to ask you questions if we can answer them. Let's see. Hey, Mike, I want to drive for your company. Please check your email, and I can provide information. I appreciate it, man. Email is gonna be in any of the descriptions. But I do have a few people trying to be drivers, but at the time, since I'm at the end of the process with insurance, it just wouldn't make sense adding somebody on right now. So probably in the next 3 to 4 months, I'll really be seriously. I ain't gonna say serious. I'm serious right now too, but the price keeps going as the longer I wait to get a driver. So it probably won't be overnight, man. Probably won't
Right.
be overnight, but I appreciate it, man. Ryder has down payment match too. That's what's up. Okay. Exactly. Yes. Thank you. How long does the process and paperwork take to get an owner off lease and ready to go? So it's real quick and easy for us. But like I said, Daniel is an entire has his own insurance agency, so it's easier for us to run the NVR and the driver's license and figure out what that payment will be if they can get that first month payment up front, and then we figure out what their weekly expense is gonna be. Got to get the ELD sent over. Got to get the decal sent over. So it shouldn't take no more than 2 weeks. 2 weeks to a month, honestly, to get everything ready. It can take longer for certain individuals, depending on certain types of paperwork. But 2 weeks to a month is usually all it takes. My best load was pick up in Arkansas, then Dallas, and okay, all 3 loads went to Cali. Paid 12,000. Good God, that's good right there, boy.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's
That's
good.
good money.
But
That's
okay,
great money.
so see what I'm trying to tell you? A next guy that know how to work his truck. You
Mm,
get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because
you right.
if he make that kind of money and he's in Cali, yeah, that's how you
He
work
gonna
your
get
truck.
back out of Cali.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
But these guys are coming out here and they're picking up 6 grand going to Cali and then telling us that you ain't make 12 grand, man. You're lying. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Just
It's a yeah.
read what he said again. Read what he
My
said.
best load was pick up in Arkansas, then Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
and Oklahoma. All 3 loads went to Cali. So he drove to pick up them in
Thank
different
you.
states. So
Thank
those are
you.
all three. Basically, they probably got 3 truckload rates on every single pickup.
Exactly. That
Yeah.
is how you work the
Yeah.
trucks. And he said he's coming from Dallas.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Or from
Yeah, he right.
Arkansas, or from Arkansas, then Dallas, then Oklahoma. So he's burning the same gas.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you leave from Arkansas with 7 grand and you run to Cali, you're gonna curse out Mr. Robert and say he's lying. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like this is the thing
Going crazy.
this is the thing why I
Yeah.
tell people like y'all don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Let's see. Is it good to have flatbed experience for hot shot? Come on, man. Of course. Yeah, it's the same work, man. A hot shot, I mean, it's closer to a step deck with it being lower to the ground, but it's everything's secure when it's the same. Everything's the same. If anything, y'all got more that y'all can secure. Let's see. My bank used the 2017 code, so that's an long haul code I use. Okay. All right, just got them chatting up. All right, let me see. Let me see. Thank you. Is there any money in expediting? I mean, you're gonna get some loads that are like they want 850 miles. Can you get this there by tomorrow? It's those are the loads that's gonna pay the most. You know what I mean?
Right.
Unless it's like hazmat or like that reefer load that pops up every now and then on load board. Usually, that expediting load for regular people who just they don't you don't have your twit card, your hazmat, they gonna pay the most, in my opinion. And my advice to that, you shouldn't be running under $3 a mile for expedite. I try to shoot for 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Because you just claim it's a team load, and each one of them drivers, quote unquote, like $2 a mile for each of them. Try to get about $4 a mile because it's important. Usually when something expedited, it's really important. Like those aircraft parts I had, they were going on a jet. And when I looked at the BOL in my truck, but on the sales order or whatever it was, it showed that one of them was worth like 152,000, the other one was like 140,000. So that's almost like 300,000 worth of equipment on the back of my truck that they need ASAP. You know what I'm saying? So it's important. Yeah, they'll pay you the money. It's in there. Let me see. All right. Are you right? Okay, they just talking about that. My boy, more mile, more problem, man. We were just talking about you yesterday, man. We got to get you on live.
Shout out to More Miles.
Yes, sir. Let's see, 300-mile limit. $100 to get home. Most of the times I can get back home. I'm not trying to go to Texas, Florida, Idaho. Just keep the truck running. Hey, man, what works for you works for you. I told you, like that's a blessing to be able to live in a good market, to where you can be somewhat regional, local, be home every other night. I know that's probably a blessing for all the people with their the families. Like I said, my bad, y'all. Let me see. Should I get credit union loan first or trucking authority? How you feel about that? Probably the loan.
It's better to get the loan first because once you get the authority, you're gonna have to get insurance. So just secure the loan and get the truck. And let me explain the steps. Because a lot of people confused when it comes on to the authority thing. You can get your LLC and the EIN number, go open a bank account, and then get the truck in your position, and then get your MC number. Because if you go get your MC number when you get that LLC, you only got 21 days to put insurance on it.
That's true. I always tell people to find the truck that they either want or gonna rent or whatever. So you gonna need that VIN number for insurance too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So the process would be when you get your LLC, get your EIN number, get the bank account and secure the loan, and then get the truck, and then you get the MC number. That is a proper way to do it. If not, depending on the state, they might charge you to reactivate that MC number if it passed the time frame.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Hey, y'all, everybody in the chat, we got about 60 people live in here, man. Hit the like button if you got a question. I know I'm probably far behind. It's like these were at 6:53. It's a lot of questions. We're trying to get to every last one of them. Drop your questions down, and we'll get to them when we can. Got on track. Man, go ahead. Just reintroduce yourself as we're going through the live, because a lot of people didn't get to hear it in the first 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, my channel is Entre Trucking, and I've been in the transportation business over 10 years, and I started out in 2011. So I pretty much been running over the road. I've done local. I've done it all. I've hired drivers, the whole 9 yards. I've done it all. So, and I team up with Team Mike, the best team player out here.
Yes, sir. Hey, y'all know this, man. I like anybody I have brought on this channel, man. I don't, you know what I'm saying? We keep it real, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that I've been wanting to get on the channel, they just been too busy working on their business in order to get a live stream out. And I can't even go live as much as I want to, because like I said, like I woke up 7 a.m., talked to a couple people, took a nap. I didn't wake up till 5:30. You know what I mean? I'm just, I still got to get some sleep, y'all. I'm trying though. Trying to be more consistent. Okay, let's see. The thing is, when you are hauling a weight of 14,000 pounds with the duly consistently long distance hauls, you will kill that truck. I believe in that. Because even when I get up to 8,000 to 10,000 pounds, you can really hear the engine brakes working going down the down to what's called. And I'll just be like, man, I can't imagine people having 25,000 pounds on this same truck going down a low grade, man. I just can't. Let me see. It's got my numbers in Cali. Should I buy a cargo van or wait till rental box truck? I finally got somebody who done did some cargo van now, so you can speak on that, man.
Well, if you just got your number in Cali, um, if you're trying to come in the trucking business, I would even waste any time buy a cargo van.
Mm,
And if you can find a good truck to rent until you get a truck available, then I would just do that. Um, Give yourself like 3 months just to come out here and see what it's like. But
mm-hmm.
like we said, you gotta come out here and run. You can't just come out
Yeah.
here and just be limiting yourself to this radius thing. You gotta come out here. To be honest with you, if I was renting a truck right now at a rate at 550, I would
Mm-hmm.
still I would still I would still make way more money than a lot of people who are renting truck.
Mm.
Even with the mileage, even if I'm
Same
getting
mileage.
these number, I still be making
Yeah,
money because
exactly.
I be driving the crap out of that truck.
Yeah, you
You
be
get
putting in the miles, man.
Oh man, I'll be killing it because
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my 650, my 550 a week. You best I'm gonna
yeah,
get it. I'm gonna get my
exactly.
money's worth. You get what I'm saying?
All
So
right, we got
that's
one
all you
person
gotta
got a
do.
question. All right, broker say someone will come and get it. The broker can wait, but the truck got to keep moving. Broker wins every time. Okay. How do I change my cycle rule to set to 70 hour 8 days? That's the same one I use. So, what are you trying to change it to?
Probably 60.
The 60 and five. What was that?
I think it's 60. It's 67 days.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
like. Which one do you do?
you gotta go into the I use this one, but
Yeah, I like 70 hour 8 days.
you gotta go into your you can't do it on your tablet. You gotta go into your keep trucking user.
Like the fleet owner doc. Yeah,
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 you
yeah.
gotta go in there and then you gotta click on the name of
Mm,
the driver and then you gotta go to edit and then you gotta
mm.
scroll down to the option that says to switch it to whatever you want.
Yeah, I like 70 hour.
Yeah, that's what I use.
If you teaming up for OTR, let's go to that one. If you teaming up for OTR, what's the rules and regulations in driving? Can we take turns or do we have to stop driving for a certain amount of hours? How does it work? So your hours of service going to be the same if you don't have a DOT qualified sleeper. Um, so let's say y'all have 11 hours of shift time. I mean, 14 hours of shift time and 11 hours of drive time. You still have to take a break the first 8 hours, and you guys still can't drive over 11 hours together. You know, I mean,
Right.
I still haven't heard anybody who got a loophole for it. If you guys get caught driving in this, you've been driving for 20 hours consistently, and your logs are showing that, you'll probably get put out of service. You know, it's as simple as that. You know.
Yep. And some of these state troopers, or DOT officer, they don't want to hear no story.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard when they detailing it,
Right.
especially if it's tracking where you are at all time. And one thing, if you just you left your phone on duty overnight and then you forgot to change it, but driving on that ELD once it registers, you can't change it. You know,
Right.
you can't change it. Never mind, I got it. Chicago, Chicago. Okay, we got that's his top three. Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. Teaming requires a sleeper to run separate clocks. I need to make my boy a moderator. I gotta learn how to do that. Chicago, Chicago. Good lord. Just say Midwest for box truck sample exactly. People look at a truck, look at what a truck can haul and say this, and they can haul 30 pounds. Yeah, it can, but not consistently. It would kill it. Yeah, I would never do that. I live in PA. I think they pay good. Yeah, PA does. I'm from Illinois, and I see Michigan as Michigan is pretty good. Michigan, Ohio. Okay, that's not bad. Atlanta, good. Oh heck no, not for LTL freight. I can come to Atlanta with a pretty decent rate, but no, not like out here in the Midwest. I have my region every week. I make that bag. Let me see if we can get to another question. Listen to this. This is a good scenario. What if you took cheap freight for fuel money to get home? If I can speak first on this, I would never do this at this point. Because even if I've been running for 3.5 weeks, you can do it. If it's an emergency and you really need to get home or you really burned out, you're just real tired, you don't feel like driving no more, you can do it. But me personally, I'm gonna wait until it makes sense financially for me to go home and just wait for another load. Now, if you're in a bad market, let's say you're in the middle of Colorado, you took a good load up there and it's an emergency and it's a load going right back to your state, you can take it for fuel, but I wouldn't take cheap freight back for fuel money. Unless you're just done with your week and that's the last load or last drop off, then it makes sense. But for me, I'm just gonna keep running another 2-3 days and just wait for the load to come out. That's just me at this point.
Yeah, I never had that situation, so I can't even
Yeah,
speak on that.
yeah, I wouldn't do it. Me
I
neither. I haven't done
I sometimes, if I'm okay, so if I'm going, like, let's answer that question a different way.
it to a better market.
To George, if you go into that area where it's bad and you know it's like got a bad reputation, like say you're going to Colorado with a good paying job, then I
Mm-hmm.
would try to start pre-book two, three
Mm-hmm.
days before, because sometimes they'll pop load on the board that says pick up on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go in a bad area and then just sitting there, then yeah, you're gonna have to take whatever to get out because you never pre-book. So always study the area go in. That way, if you go into a bad area, you can just pre-book out of that area 2, 3 days before. You get what I'm saying?
And that's why I always talk about delegating your service, because while you were driving that 3 days during your shift time during the day when the load board is actually active, you got somebody else looking for you.
Thank you. There you
They don't
go.
always got to be 10%. This is what I pay my fiance.
Right.
And that's what most dispatch companies start off with. You can find some independent dispatchers out there who do 8%. But what I
Mm-hmm.
always say for people who dispatch at 6 to 8%, unless they're dispatching semis, if they're dispatching LTL freight, then they're more than likely going to have a lot of trucks to make up for that.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind. You want a good dispatcher, set percentage, and they don't have no more than 3 to 5 trucks. That's how I kind of look at it.
Yep.
All right, let's see. If you get a direct customer, what would you charge them per mile? Mine is $3 a mile. I think that's good if you're still gonna stay RTR with it. But if it's let's say if it's a 500-mile trip every day, that's not realistic, right? Let's say a 300-mile trip, $900 for 600 miles. If you did head back home, that brings your rate per mile back to 150. But if you're saying like Kirk has a lot of direct customers where they shipping you out, you getting your rates consistent. So
Eh,
how you
I
feel about that?
I think that's a tricky question because sometimes they'll even pay you more than $3 a mile. I have
Mm,
my customer will call me and they'll pay me $5,000 for a job that I'm getting like $5, $6 a mile.
mm,
You get what I'm saying?
exactly.
So
Yeah.
all when what you have to understand, when you have your own customer, they're different. They're not like the brokers. That mileage stuff, you don't do it with them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So if you want to run an operating cost of $3 a mile, trust me. Like I explained that to you yesterday, right? I said that the moment you give your customer what they want, that $3 you turn it into $5 easy. Cause they love
Yeah.
you
So,
so much. Your job
mhm,
has been you've been producing. You're never late. You're
yeah.
always on time. You showed up. You take care of their stuff. Man, listen, they be giving you $5, $6 a mile easy. They be
Mhm.
calling you and telling you, look, I got $5,000 going down to North Carolina. Got to be there Sunday morning.
Yes, sir.
So I would say once you have your own customer, try not to
Mhm.
put a cap. Yeah, you have to have some type of operating cost, but try not to stuck on that. Try to be open and negotiating with them, because I see guys lose out a lot because they get caught up in that mileage thing, especially when you have your own customer. It's a
Yes,
different
sir.
beast. You know what I mean?
Let's see. Do you take load for brokers who don't factor but do quick pay? Are you taking that? It depends. It really do
Depends.
depend. This Put it like this. This past week, I've only this is my first time doing quick pay the whole time I've been running. Whole time. Usually I always factor, but sometimes you do, like, if I see they got this is what I would give you for advice. If their credit score is at least a 90 and they still have to check on DOT, so that means certain factoring company, maybe Triumph, OTR will work with them. RTS won't. So If they got a good credit score, other factoring companies will work with them. But yours specifically won't for whatever reason. Then I would probably trust the quick pay EFS fuel statement type of deals. So that's the only time. If I see they got a bad credit score like LR and stuff like that, I can't do it. I have to get either check on delivery, half when I pick up, half when I drop off type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I would do it.
Or if you're booking with a cut with a broker that never been that can't be factored, just click on the review, and somebody who have a
Mm,
bad experience will tell you.
exactly.
So sometimes that's a good indication to start. It's not always the best way to start, because
Yeah.
I've used brokers that it can't be factored, and I get paid on time, and I get my money, and I never have an issue. But sometimes they have horrible review. So it all depends. I did a load like that last week, and he told me he was gonna pay me yesterday, and I actually
Mm,
get paid on Tuesday.
mm. Yeah, you did
So
tell me that. You did
yeah,
tell me
so I
that.
did get I did get the money before the time he said I was gonna get it. So it just all depends.
And the only reason why I asked that question, I was like, do you do quick pay? Because I swear sometimes those rates look fictional. Like they'll pay, the lows be paying $3 a mile, but they sit there because they don't have a good credit score.
Hmm.
So I'm like, would you do quick pay with a broker if they're paying $3 a mile? You know what I mean? They usually do pay a little better, and then they'll explain to you like, I know our credit score is low, but we really
Hmm.
pay. We do. Can you leave a good review? If you
Yeah.
do anything, let me pay you when you get your money. Promise me you'll leave a good review.
Right. Right.
Because a lot of them, maybe they get caught up in unfortunate situations. Maybe the broker authority is just too new in order to have a good score. It's a lot of
Exactly.
variables.
It's a lot. Yeah. Exactly. And some of them don't like pay their bills, so they get kicked off of these factoring company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just said as an example, not saying I would take that because I already know how to negotiate to get what I need for that. That was just an example, bro. Are you good? You good? All right, let's see. Do you guys know if it's worth it? If so, wait. Do you guys know your worth? If so, what do you charge for tarping? Me, 250 and up. It's not even necessarily. It depends on the mileage for me. I'm still going necessarily with a higher rate in general. It ain't. That is a good negotiating tactic. Like, can you do an extra 200 for tolls and an extra such and such for target? You know what I mean? And it always depends on how tall the freight is for me. Like anything 4 feet and under, you know, it's an easy target job. But anything over like 6 feet, that's where I'm just like, I don't even know even if that extra 250 is even worth it. You know what I mean? It's a pain in the ass to tarp, especially with heavy tarps. I'm about to get some lightweight tarps. Been in the game for more than 1 year. What's up, bro? Okay, check it. I have a friend that is a broker. We had a load for $3,500. They paid him for a partial 24 feet, 4,000 pounds, but he pushed it out there easy for 2 grand. That's $1,500 in his pocket. Yeah, some people do really get that. I'm just throwing out tips I have my own authority for. Get it. Still a lot of young folks out there need guidance. Yes, sir. For 900 miles now, if somebody takes that for $1,500, he just made 2 grand. Nah, I don't think nobody. I hope nobody ain't taking that. Oh, excuse me. Unless they already got something going that way. You compounding them lows. My bad, y'all. Everybody hit the like button, man. I'm trying to get to the questions. We're almost down to the bottom of them. If y'all got any new questions, like I said, drop them down. Drop them down, man. This ain't in the last live. We probably gonna do these hopefully every Saturday or every other Saturday, just to kind of give people a take on the industry. I love the fact that I'm doing hot shot. He doing box truck. Although I got a little bit of box truck experience, especially with the dispatching side. Um, I like that I can probably give you guys a take on both of them now, with him being in the game for about 10 years. So this is a blessing in disguise, man. Just subscribe to On Track Truck, and just like every other 60 people in here need to do, if y'all haven't, let me check the lights, man. I'm gonna take 5 seconds. Just like y'all can take 5 seconds to hit the like button. Not even five. Let's see. Let's see. See how many lights, man. I might have to shut up. Okay, we got 60. We got 60. Even though I know some people left, some people came. Hit the like button, man. We out here giving y'all game.
Get them
You know what I'm
like
saying?
get them likes up, huh?
Get them lights up. Hit the like button right now, man. All right, let's do it. Truck on my box truck ain't where it at. It all depends on what you're willing to do. So I spoke.
Let me say something about this box truck thing, right?
Water.
Let me
What's
say
up? What's up?
let me say something about this box truck thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This box truck business is not for everybody. It's been promoted like it's for everybody, but it's really not for everybody. You get
Mm-mm.
what I'm saying? I mean, you're coming into a very intense, um,
Neat.
you know, job requirement that it's a lot of physical stuff you got to do. Sitting down and drive for 8 hours, coming out and tying on tarp and picking up stuff and operating a lift gate and moving around pallet, it's a lot of work. You get what
Exactly.
I'm saying? So if you're not mentally ready for this and physically fit and have the support and the people that you can call and ask questions, this thing will break you.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like you go pick up a load yesterday, you gotta strap it down. Like it's not no pallet. You just put it down and then boom, 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 and you leave.
You're
You
right.
get what I'm saying? You gotta put your
And
tarp down. On my trucks. I show people when I'm doing my video. I got straps all over my truck. Look like it's crazy in the back of my truck, but it's
yeah,
not. It's not as what people let it seems. It's a lot of
yeah.
work. So
It's kind of like. Oh, go ahead. You ready?
yeah, so when you coming into the box shop business or the art shop business, you gotta know exactly if it's something you want. That's why it's so important for people not to come in and talk about testing the waters,
Mm.
because it, even that, even what I just described alone will turn you away.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I show
So.
up in Missouri yesterday, and guess what? They didn't have a loading dock, and two
Mm.
old men came. Two old men. The pilot, they can't do nothing with the pilot, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
now I call the broker and I'm like, these guys only can open the damn door.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
now I got pallets I gotta move around, lower my lift gate and put it in. Yeah, she paid me $175 for the driver assist, but you gotta be ready for stuff like that.
Mm.
And they ain't
Exactly.
moving. Them old man, they ain't gonna do nothing for you. They be like, huh, we're just here to open the door, sir.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you just gotta know if it make sure that it's something you want. That's why I always tell people, do a business plan. Get together with your spouse, get together. You have me and you is the same exact thing, bro. That's why we have so many similarities together, because your wife work with you, my wife work with me. We got the same concept, the same setup. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it makes her life
Exactly.
so easy.
It wouldn't make a difference if he hopped in my hot shot and I hopped in his box truck, because we know what it takes to make money in that
Thank
industry.
you.
You get what I'm saying? It wouldn't matter. I mean, as far as securement goes, of course, there's some things he would have to take a month or two to learn. But after that, I mean, it's the same thing. It's about what you willing to. He would probably make more with a hot shot. It's where you willing to go. I do the entire East Coast, every single state on the East Coast. Anything west of, I say Texas. I feel like, especially New Mexico, and I don't feel like I made no money there. But everything on the West Coast, I don't really touch that for now. I will get an auxiliary fuel tank. Summertime, we going to Cali. Entre
Hmm.
Mike in Cali, 10,000 load to go to Cali. That's gonna be the title. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But right now, that's where I'm open to. I was in Michigan 2 weeks ago. I was in Wisconsin. I was in Minnesota. I was in Illinois. I'm in Missouri. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
I'm not in Georgia. I'm not in South Carolina. I'm not in Alabama. I live in Georgia, but that's not where I am. You know what I mean? You got to open up your radius, and it's
We
gonna take. You're gonna spend money in this game too.
hmm
You know, it costs to pay to play, but it's worth it
we
for
passed
me.
e- we passed each other yesterday.
Yeah, I'm 70. I'm 70. Yeah, you you going 70. I'm going 70 West. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, you gotta run, man. It's gonna be times when you're not done tarping. Like yesterday, I wasn't done tarping that low till 2. I didn't get to this hotel till almost midnight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm up till 2 in the morning trying to edit a video. I wake up at 6 o'clock, talk to a couple people. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
me, us alone, even as content creators, we're putting a lot of time, a lot of our personal time
Hmm.
and time in business to be able to actually help you guys. That's why I'm telling you, if you don't like the like button, man, come on.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Cause I
I
was at
said,
a
I
truck stop.
say it again.
I was at a truck stop. Cause you say you're gonna be at the hotel at 12, and I told you I was gonna get my truck washed at 12.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
that's
And I
crazy.
was in
Yeah,
Pennsylvania, and you was on your way to Missouri.
yeah.
So it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. If you really want to make a lot of money out of this box truck business, you really got to come in the right way and do it the right way. And that's what we're here trying to tell people. Like, just stop listening to the shortcuts, man.
Anybody.
The
And
shot.
let me say this: what did you leave from? Cause I left from Pennsylvania.
You
What did
leave
you
from
leave from?
Pennsylvania, and I was in Missouri.
Yeah, so we just switched.
Exactly. Yeah. I was
Yeah,
in
that's
Springfield,
what I said.
Missouri, coming to St.
Okay.
Louis. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
and I picked up. So remember we were talking, and I said I picked up two load out of Cali. One go to Dallas, one go to Houston, and the other one go to Springfield, Missouri. And then I
Mm-hmm.
came into St. Louis, and I picked up two load, one going to Jersey and one going to Connecticut. So I
Yep.
did four load, paying very well.
Mm.
And you gotta run it. You gotta run.
And see,
I
let me say that I ain't got to say too much, but I'm gonna just say that about Entre trucking. He ain't got to just show receipts and rate plan. That man will show you his whole
I
past
don't
through
care.
you,
I don't care.
and it ain't $200,000, bro. So let me just say that it ain't no small numbers. He's out here running. He's out here hustling. He know what it takes to get it done.
Mhm.
So let me see. Short haul exception. A driver is exempt for the requirements of 395 and 395.11. The driver operates within 150 air mile radius of the norm. What the world is this? Oh, he was talking about the ELD. Okay, okay. Oil change. Y'all having a hard time finding Rotella oil T6? I forgot what they just put in my truck, man, but they didn't have no Rotella. They didn't have that. I just got an oil change with two fuel filters. Let me see. I ran a Cali load like that one time, but not that much. Picked up at home in Chattanooga 3,000, then Atlanta 2,000, then Birmingham for 2,200. Three partials, everything under 8,000 pounds, and $7,200. That's good. But see,
Mhm.
just like he said,
Yeah.
that's all good though. Let me be real though.
Mhm.
Chattanooga,
Mhm.
Atlanta, and Birmingham to Cali,
Mhm.
those are a dollar amount or less. But you see how you put them together for $3 a mile. So my question for you, Total Hot Shot Solutions, is it saying when you run your truck for $3 a mile, no less than 350, is it pertaining to your entire truck or each individual load book? Because if you are booking those 10, 15-foot partials that are
Mhm.
2,000, 3,000 pounds a piece for a dollar a mile, are you messing up the race in Hot Shot? You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Because you still don't get 250 a mile on any one of them.
You get what I'm saying? You didn't get $2 a mile for any one of them. You
Right.
know,
Right.
and this isn't me talking down on you, man. I love that you support the channel, but this is more the conversation we have to have for all the people who are new. I hope you put the biggest load in Chattanooga, which probably had the less distance. That was maybe about $1.50, probably 10 feet of space.
Mhm.
You knew it was going to be freight within your region to pick up going to Cali too. Cali's a good lane, so that's all I have to say about that. I'm gonna quit harping on it. I just don't like when people come in the comment and they say your truck shouldn't be moving for X, Y, and Z. You shouldn't book a load unless it's X, Y, and Z. It all depends because you made what a semi probably didn't make going to Cali, but it's because you hustled and you made your pickups at the right time in the right places to make that type of money.
Right.
So respect. I would only take cheap freight for fuel if it's a partial to a load that pays good money. I'm gonna say this for the 26-foot box truck industry: you guys should not be running 26 feet of freight for a dollar a mile. You shouldn't. You just shouldn't. I don't see a reason for if you can explain the fact that a partial volume load, basically a partial LTL full truckload for you guys is not worth a dollar a mile. If you could just explain to them, look, on these 1,000 miles, I'm going to spend hell 350 in fuel alone. You know what I mean? How is that worth it for y'all?
Right.
How do you feel as far as that? I just don't see how. I guess that's where you have to be patient. I know you say for fuel. Now, if it's to get out of a bad market, like we always speak on the Colorado example, if
Exactly.
it's to get out of Colorado and it's going to Chicago, or it can go to somewhere close to like Kansas City or St. Louis, that can work out. But as far as like just running in general, you shouldn't have to take $1 a mile to get out of anywhere. Now, I'm not gonna say anywhere. Anywhere you should be running consistently. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said, like, if you do pre-book, um or like you said, you have somebody booking the load for you, and you know you're gonna be in a bad area or an area that require a lot more, because some area you gotta be on the board nonstop. Like, soon as something drop, somebody grab it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm, yeah.
So try not to put yourself in position where you gotta be taking gas rate, or you get
Mm.
what I'm saying, just to get out of there, because you never pre-book or have somebody do a do your
Well,
booking for you.
Let me say this. If you're gonna go in with $4 a mile, have that mindset to know I only took this load because it was $4 a mile,
Mm-hmm.
and if I
Mm-hmm.
backhaul to where I went, I'm still running at $2 a mile. You got to keep that
Exactly.
mindset. Because if you
Exactly.
keep that mindset of I'm empty, yeah, I know they booked me for $4, $3 a mile, but I'm empty right now. It hurts. You should have only booked that load if it was paying that rate going to that type of market. You know what I mean? Because you knew the backhaul was probably gonna not be the best. Okay, is driving OTR for Amazon Relay a pain in the ass? Kirk can speak more on this. I really don't. Like I said, I don't really be into the Amazon industry like that. Like I said, I know it's one season where they make really great numbers, and after that, I don't really hear much about it. And I
Um.
hear they be having multiple drops too, a lot of drops for no money.
Yeah. Well.
But,
So what I like I explained to you, with my best friend with his tractor trailer, we only do power only with Amazon. He's from Oklahoma
mm,
City, so he
that's a
runs
different
between
bag, though.
Arkansas, Dallas and all of that stuff, and come back. Them
Okay.
over the road Amazon stuff does not pay any money.
Mm,
Um, and one thing I noticed with Amazon also is that the later at night it get is the better the rate is. But also it's better when you have someone with a better
mm,
rating score. I mean, credit score, so you
yeah.
can get better rates. So it just all when it comes to Amazon, it's like that's a whole different show, man.
It is.
You know what I
It is.
mean?
I don't want to
It
say you're gonna
takes
be
up too
limiting.
much time to explain. It's what I mean.
Yeah, we ain't even gonna get into that. But I mean, if y'all got questions pertaining to it, we'll still answer it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gems y'all dropping, yes sir. Like I said, we're gonna try to bring it every week. I'm glad y'all tuning in. Let's see. Kirk, can you send your overflow work to me for 10%? I have 6 box trucks with drivers.
That's
And
Mr.
he saying
Ford.
all the work that you
So,
can't get from your customer. What can you do? What can you do for him?
so that's Mr. Ford out of Jersey. I actually spoke to him a few weeks ago, but
Okay, that's what's up, boy. Go ahead and get that sold, man.
I'm gonna call him tomorrow because I want to take him to a customer in Jersey that I have. So we might have to ride up there sometime, or I'm let him meet me up there next. I call him Mr. Ford. He got my
Okay.
number.
Okay, man. How do I set up a consultation? You can look at the description of any video. Me and Kirk actually are trying to set something up where you can get a consultation with both of us, especially for the people who are caught in between which one to do. We can
Mm-hmm.
show real life numbers. We ain't hiding nothing. Whether it rate plan, whether it for the year, you can see all the numbers and you can
we'll
make it make sense
we'll
to
give it a
yourself.
username for the factoring.
Exactly. Like we were just talking about it yesterday. We'll show you everything you need to know, break it down. That price ain't gonna be. We haven't figured out what it'll be, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll probably. If you can send me an email, if you want me and Kurt, or just me, just let me know. Check the description.
Oh
Let's
man.
see. Amazon is not worth it at all. Let's see. Hold on. My bad. I skipped over a couple questions, y'all. My bad. Dang, it just fell down. That's my bad, y'all. I appreciate. Oh, my bad. I appreciate you, Mike, for real. I've been following you since day one and learned so much from your channel. Continue doing what you're doing. Appreciate it, Wilfredo. Was that Wilfredo? I appreciate it. Kirk actually told me he sent me an email way back, uh, probably in the summertime.
Yeah.
I probably looked over because, like I said, y'all, I be getting a lot of emails. And they be very long. You know, it's basically like I appreciate what you do and all of that. And sometimes I just read it while I'm driving, and I kind of keep going. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
don't have time to stop and really look at it. But I appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. That's why I try to take time to do this. Mike, you came a long way, man. Yeah, blood. Appreciate it. My tarts weigh a whole body each, man. My tarts about at least 120 pounds. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. It takes money to make money, yes, sir. Stop drinking those sugary drinks, man. Hey, I don't want to, bro. There ain't no water in here. I want some water, but we ain't got none at the moment, so that's all I got left. Better than soda, though, right now. Box trucks is 10 times more of a hustle than hot shot flatbed. I give mad props to the box truck people. They're really grinding. Hey, I love that. I love that the credit you give to, especially my man Kirk.
Yeah.
But we all out here hustling, man. We all out here hustling because only reason why I say that is because now I know a lot of box truck loads that can be driver assisted. But when I say more so hustling, man, I wouldn't just say hot shot just easier. You know what I'm saying? I feel like box trucks, and I talked to you yesterday about this. I feel like they have more loads available than hot shot.
Right.
So if there are more loads unavailable for hot shot and the rates are still getting taken for X, Y, and Z a mile, I feel like it can be just as much as a hustle as box trucks. But I tell people at the same time, it's not, neither one of them is easier. Like one isn't easier than the other if you know what you're
Exactly.
doing. Like
Right.
we both stressing every single day, trying to
Mm-hmm.
make as much money as we possibly can. But if you're just chilling, I don't want to say half-ass them. You really ain't worried about making the most that your business can make and trying to gross that 6 to 8 thousand consistently. Then neither of them is hard. You know what I mean? You just working to work.
And let me say this that I've noticed. Let me say this. Let me just say this also. Um, Everybody terminology of good money is different.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So when you come into the hot shot or box shot game, hey, 50,000 might be good for you.
exactly.
100,000 might be good for you. Like
There
me and
you go.
you, like me and you talk, me and you talk. We talk, and I said, me and my wife master changing that number in the front once we start to get that six figure,
Mm,
and once we change it, we just maintain it and keep it going. But if you
exactly.
just can't, so but that takes a lot of work, a lot of expertise, a lot of like yesterday, we went and picked up the load yesterday, and the load was wrong. The description was totally wrong.
Same for me. They
You
they
get
had
what
the
I'm
wrong
saying?
numbers, and I was there waiting for about a couple hours too in PA.
Right. And they
It happened.
load the driver up and then tell the guy that they're gonna have to unload him because if they show up at Amazon, they're not gonna take the
Hmm.
freight. And I'm like, no, man. And so it's you gotta you gotta and I'm talking to the owner of the company at this point because he's like pissed. And I said, no,
Yeah.
I got it. This is what I'll do for you. When we show up at Amazon, we're gonna take out the pallet and we're gonna restock every single box that you guys put on top. Because
Mm,
they put 15 pallets on the truck, but they stack them on the roof. They break one down and stack it on the
right.
roof. So
That's right.
we gotta go now and do driver assist. You get what I'm saying? Because they gave us a
Yeah.
wrong description. So all of those stuff, yes, it brings money to you, but you gotta know how to maintain that income and just know how to talk to people and how to get around certain situation. And
Hmm.
my driver was pissed because he was already he was about to take off with the load without not even damn BOL because he was
Exactly.
so pissed off. But
It-
like I said, when you come into the game of whether it's a hot shot, a box truck, you got to understand that you have to either come in with a plan and not only have a plan, but have a mindset of just come and make some money. There's so much money out here. It's not even funny.
exactly.
You know what I mean? It is
You
so
just
many,
gotta know how
so
to
much.
get it.
You just got to know to get it.
Gotta know where to be at too.
Exactly.
Let's see.
So,
Clean T6 Rotella out the shelf. 40 foot gallon. Okay. Yo, Mike. So, what's advice on getting getting loads as a new authority, what are some things you did? I drive hot shots. What's good, Michael? So I would say my biggest thing is I don't want to say it like this, but you gotta kind of some brokers. Let's say it like this. So at 5 months, right? I think what the only brokerage that I really ran into that wouldn't run lows with a new authority was King of Freight. King of Freight, you need 1 year, no exceptions. It seems like they would just not want to give you that load. What I ended up doing with King of Freight, I wouldn't say I begged them, but I just let them know. I remember it was a partial going to North Carolina. I think it was on my 60, I want to say my $6,900 a week video or whatever. But I basically let them know, like, look, man, I know I'm new to the business, but let's be real, man. This load is only going uh, like 700 miles to North Carolina or something like that. Let me take this because I already had a truckload going to North Carolina. I was like, let me take this load. It's a partial load. You really think they'll care in the system if I'm taking a load going 700 miles for like for this type of rate? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was the only time really with a broker I was able to convince them. And King of Freight is really hard to people know to work with if you don't have that year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I would just say try to convince them, but outside of that, there are just some things that you can't do with certain brokers until you get a certain amount of time. Like I say, at least 3 to 6 months. You just don't get denied. It ain't much you can do. You just got to keep calling around until you find that brokerage, that independent brokerage, most likely that will work with new authorities. You know, because there's some people who say as long as you got a COI, I'll work with you. And there's some people like you got to have a year, you got to have 2 years. It's still out there. You know, you can't really blame them for being that picky because we are new drivers with no experience. I will say this though, as a dispatcher, a driver who has their CDL is a better like point. So I used to say, you know, the driver that had a CDL for 6 years, he's just been driving for company, got a good record, no accidents. What can you do? And that's when they'll go to their customer and say, look, I actually found a CDL driver. He actually knows what he's doing. Like I know the authority is new, but the driver is solid. You know what I mean?
Right.
So those are some of the things. Probably the only two advices I could really give. Really just try to convince them. But some people, they'll just tell you plain and simple, I can't put you in the system because your authority haven't reached it. Like it'll say error. You know what I mean?
Right.
It ain't much you can do outside of that. Oh well, let me tell you what you can do outside of that. For the people who haven't started their own new authority, I know you're probably already in it, but leasing on to a company would not be a bad idea. You know, especially if you're already delegating your services. So I told you we do 18%. 10% is dispatch. 3% is factor. Those are two things that most people, when you're brand new, you're probably going to delegate to somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's wrong with paying an additional 5% for invoice uploading, management, knowing about compliance, a little bit of mentorship, you know, stuff like that? I don't think that's a bad deal in order to get started. And then once you mature that authority for 3-6 months, you know, paying a little more on commercial insurance, we'll get all that figured out. Then you go on your own. Now you're running with a 6-month authority. It's not really an issue anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think we were speaking on that a little bit last night too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Y'all over here talking about. Let me see. Let's see. People just chasing after easy money, but don't realize money not easy. Don't be greedy. Learn the business that pays you. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. You might stop drinking that sugary drink and let Kirk introduce you to cane water. Yeah. Nah, like if I got 10 feet left on the truck, already going to Chicago, I'm gonna spend $400 in fuel. I'll take 2 partials for $400 to Chicago, add it on to the partial I already have. So how many? What's the mileage like on these partials though? Is this a 400-mile trip? You got 400-mile partials for $400? Like explain that to me a little bit. That's pretty crazy. Is this? I don't even think this might be super chat. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's super. That.
Yeah, man. Why y'all ain't? Everybody drop $50 down there right now. I need $50 for everybody right now for this game. Nah, seriously, you ain't got to pay $5. You got to pay $10. Just simply hit the like button, share this with somebody. What's that?
Bless the cash app.
Everybody hit the cash out.
Oh man.
Amazon is not worth it at all. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna newer questions now. All right, Kurtz, do you do reefer box truck? How you feel about reefers?
I don't mess with reefer. It's not something that is out there that brokers are looking for as driver and
Mm,
box truck.
I feel you on that. Okay.
It's
Now
a
we
small it's a smaller it's a
smaller
small
market.
yeah, it's not something that is you don't see that posting on the board. Like
You don't see many reefer loads. I think what they're trying to say is like it's kind of like having your hazmat, right? Most
hmm
loads ain't hazmat loads. Like 90,
right,
95% of them not hazmat.
right.
But that time that a hazmat load is available within a 150-mile radius, do you think it's as worth it to have a reefer box truck than to not have one? Is it more so on the maintenance side? Is it on the drive? Like, how do you feel
Um
about it?
reefer would be best if you're local and
Mm,
have your own if you have a route, a dedicated lane.
okay.
Even if you're running from say from Florida to South Carolina, North Carolina, or from Atlanta
Okay.
up to Virginia, and that's
Mm.
dedicated, and you have a customer that give you that, then yeah, you get good money for that. But as far as just coming out here with a reefer truck sitting on the dartboard looking for a load, it's kind of like
It's pointless now. That's why
right.
I was saying I think a lot of people looking at it as far as like being able to haul drop freight too. And
Mm-hmm.
me and Jabril have talked about that a lot. He was looking to get into a reefer, but I can see why more dedicated freight would probably be a better deal with reefers.
But
They do pay great rates.
let's just say okay, let's just say you're sitting down right in Virginia,
Yeah.
and a load
Mm-hmm.
pops up, and they say they want wooden floor,
Mm.
and
No reefers.
you have a reefer box truck,
Yeah,
but the load is paying 4 grand, you can't get it.
you're right.
What are you gonna
So
do?
it's still gonna
Run to
limit to
Home
that.
Depot and get some plywood up?
Yeah, I got. I
You get
got
what
you.
I'm
I got
saying?
you. That's solid. That's solid though, because I do see a lot of loads posted and they would say no reefer. You
Right.
know what I mean? Yeah.
So
That
it's
that.
always
Or,
to you know
but same
it.
thing with a lift gate though. It's
hmm
rare now, maybe 5% of loads, but they'll say I want no lift gate either.
Yeah,
You
right.
know what I
But
mean?
you
Can't take
know
the lift gate off.
exactly. But that again, that's just a small percentage. So
Yeah.
always invest in what the market required as a standard unit. 26-foot
Okay.
box truck with a lift gate. That's it.
Now I'm gonna go against that with the hot shot side because there are very few, maybe like I said, that 5% number that requires metal decking. There are never loads for us at least that says you can't have a metal deck.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? Or air ride. There'll never be a load where they say, "Oh no, we don't want trucks with air ride." It wouldn't even make sense. But same thing with a lift gate.
I think we lost Mike. I think we lost Mike. I think we lost Mike, guys. I think I'm gonna try and see if we can get him back in. Yeah, I think we lost Mike. I think we lost Mike. I'm gonna see if we can get him back in the live. In the live.
My bad, yeah, my bad. Y'all can hear me?
Oh, you're back.
Man, my Wi-Fi, bro. My Wi-Fi, it had went out.
You
Y'all can
know
hear me?
that. You know every time we do something good, sweet candy come around, man.
Yup, yup. Hey, like I said, bro, I'm gonna be the first one to buy that shirt.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Okay, where did you leave off at? What you left? Where you left off at? My bad, everybody. My bad.
No, you can go. You can go to the next. You can go to the next
Okay,
question.
okay. Mike, I feel now everybody hustles different. With my operating costs being very low, I make more money booking parcels than I would booking my whole trailer for one load. Okay, that's what's up, man. That's great. That's great.
Right.
Keep the wheels rolling and the money flowing. That's my motivation. So with the direct customers, should I have for one pickup, drop their load off, then find another direct shipper in that same state, or should I keep all my direct shippers in my home state? Now, oh, go ahead, Kirk. This your type of deal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very very important question, and I actually have not I don't have a bunch of customer in several states, but I do have a lot of brokers that are in several states.
Mm,
So I would say don't overburden yourself with too much customer one place. Kind of spread them out if you can, and if you can get that same lane going from, let's just say, from Jersey to Dallas, and then have a customer there or a good broker that can bring you wherever, then yeah. But I wouldn't pile up too much customer in one, because when they start calling you, they're gonna call you, and you don't want to.
exactly.
The
You don't
last thing
want to
you
not
want,
be available.
yeah, exactly. You don't want, like we were talking yesterday. You don't want to be turning down work because you have
Hmm.
too much in one place. So if you can spread them out, then that's it. That'll be good.
Okay, that's a great answer, man.
If you can
Because
get them, but they're there because most of these. Let me tell you, most of these shippers don't want to use the brokers.
they're
You know
paying
what I'm
more.
saying? They don't
Yeah.
want. They stood them up all the time. They say they're gonna send a truck over. The truck doesn't show up. The driver show up drunk. It's just a bunch of crazy stuff. So if they can get me and you where they can call us directly and be like, Mike, can you pick up a load? I got 5,000 in this load. Can you come and pick it up Friday? Trust me,
Mm,
they will pay you that extra $500 on top of whatever they're offering you, just to make sure that the stuff get delivered and delivered in time.
that's what's up. Everybody hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. We'll probably spend like another, like I said, we can do another like 20 minutes. So everybody who just sitting chilling in the chat, yeah, I did. I ain't, they talking about I froze up. Chill out, y'all. Chill out. All right, everybody. Like I said, we spent like the last 20 minutes. We've been on here about 2 hours, just
Mm-hmm.
answering the rest of y'all questions. It won't be the last time we go live. So
In fact, you can't look at these guys in the comment section. They'll have you laughing all night. They do it to me all the time.
yeah.
I don't
What wrong?
I don't even look at it. I don't even look at it.
I gotta stop. All right. So,
But
like I said, we'll probably put about another 20 minutes worth of game out if y'all got any other questions.
but I
Um,
I want to say I want us to touch on a
okay.
very important subject before we get off this live, because I think people need to understand that um we're in 2022 and it's not gonna get better. And I actually, we spoke yesterday and we do some numbers, and I'm telling you, if y'all want to come in this box truck game, now is the time. Um, we're in a crisis right now. If
Yeah.
you look around you 24/7, this crisis all over. So stop playing games and just come in this game and make some money. We talk about that $6,400 situation yesterday, with two
Hmm.
person making that kind of income in 1 month. You get what I'm
Mm,
saying? So
yeah.
if you want to come out here to make some serious money, and you got 30 grand, 20 grand, or while you're waiting to set up your hey, if you're trying to get your
LLC stuff.
LLC, set up your LLC, but fix your credit.
Mm,
Put yourself in a position so when you start to apply for stuff, everything coming through. Because this cost of living is not gonna get cheaper.
it's not.
It's not gonna get cheaper, and the longer y'all take to come out here, is the more y'all gonna feel the pain of living out here in these streets. It's gonna get worse. So truck price is high, but I'm telling you, it's gonna get higher.
It
If
is.
y'all
I
don't,
don't.
you
Oh,
know
go
what I
ahead.
mean? If y'all don't
I
move
don't
at
see the
least
part
sixty
where it's
thousand
gonna
dollar
drop
truck,
off. Oh, go ahead, Kirk. Go ahead, Kirk.
yeah, sorry. If those $60,000 truck right now is gonna be cheap compared to next year, believe
Mm.
it or not.
So basically, he's saying like what they say in the stock market a lot. Don't have that fear of missing out. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If you were real serious about getting into the transportation industry and you
Mm-hmm.
willing to really put the work in, you'll be successful. But for the people who half-ass, for the people who want to be home every night, for the people who have a radius of 200, 300 miles with no customers, it's not realistic. For everybody, let me say that for everybody's market, it's not realistic. So if you want something realistic, if you want to make a plan, if you want to just do what we do to an extent of the numbers that we make, you know what I'm saying? That's going to take more than just starting your authority and running loads by yourself. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to take a little more than that. We're not telling you go finance any box truck, go finance any dually, go get you a trailer and just start booking loads on DAT. It's not going to work that way. And that's usually that's basically all I've been saying on my channel for the entire time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
these numbers may work for me, or they may work for us, but it may not work for you in that same way. Now we can try to help you as much as we can to get to what does work for you. You know, I talked to
Right.
a woman in New York, right? I let her know, yeah, my cost of living pretty low. My mortgage is $510.
Mm-hmm.
She said, Michael, that's insane. My mortgage is $5,000. I live in Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
So me netting $10,000, $12,000 this month, right? What's that gonna do for somebody living in New York? So I do want to keep it realistic to where you live, your cost of living.
Mm-hmm.
You always speak on low operating costs. That's what it takes to be successful. You know, now I'm starting to get to that part where I'm starting to have the type of money. All right, do I really want to pay down on this trailer? Do I want to pay off this trailer? Do I want to pay down on this truck? When do I want to exit? What is the exit strategy? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I want to get more into content like that, but that's still gonna take another year or two to get to where I really need to be in this business. You done already kind of got to where you comfortable, you learn about everything you need to know,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I'm getting there, but it's still like as far as exiting and like wanting to get a semi, wanting to get into either flatbed, reefer, whatever it is I want to do in the future. That's my plan. Those are my goals. So I can't get to them goals grossing $2,000-$3,000 a week. It's just not possible.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not possible. You got to be doing better numbers. You got to want bigger and make better money in order to get there. And
I,
that's what I'm starting to realize.
I told you a lot of ways. Oh, I'm getting out, and I'm like, Mike, if you do it the same way, you can come out the same way. When
I
I was
know.
telling you about the exit plan, and I was
I already
like,
know.
all you got to do is just do it this way and that, and you just
Yeah, I
never
already
put
know.
that. You
See,
just never
that's
put
what I'm
that.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not finna go
Yeah.
too deep into everything,
Right.
but that's those are the type of things that got me motivated enough
Mhm.
to say, okay, I need to be working my ass. I need to be doing at least 6,000 a week.
Mhm.
If this truck I'm moving this week is not making $4,000 or $5,000 this week, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Let me get to the comments though. Let's see. Thanks for bringing Kirk on, man. Yes, sir.
You're welcome,
Yes, sir,
man.
man. He said he cold calling Monday. Thanks for the info, Mike and Kirk. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for keeping it real. We always gonna do that over here. Truck payments are high, but they're cheaper than paying rental truck prices.
There you
That's
go.
the truth. I live in Allentown, PA. Truck coming soon. Should I do OTR or stay local? You just heard me, dog. I'm just playing. I will try to stay. try out when you first knew you just learning how to operate the truck and stuff. I know you spoke on that too, Kirk.
Right.
Try being regional. Try seeing what regional money looks like for you. I'm gonna tell
Right.
you right now, PA got a lot of short runs, 50 mile, $500, but you don't want to base your business off of that. So
Right.
try to give me at least down to Virginia. Maybe matter of fact, yeah, down to Virginia, up to Massachusetts, west to maybe Ohio. Try that out first,
Right.
and then once you see, okay, I'm grossing maybe about 3,500 a week. Maybe I can do a little better if I open my radius here. And then once you see what that money looks like, you can make that decision. Okay, I was probably taking home just as much grossing 35 than I was going OTR, spending in hotels, spending a little more fuel, but I was grossing 5,000. You know what I'm saying? That's the first advice. I guess I would give somebody out of Allentown, PA. Of course, I like OTR, and I say OTR, but I'm the entire East Coast. Now, once I go out to the West Coast, there ain't no telling what type of money I'm making. You know what I mean? But a great question, though. Great question.
Yeah, that
I
was good.
appreciate you for checking in, Ron. Say again. You can go ahead, Kirk.
No, I was saying that was good. That was good. That was a good
Yeah, that was
question he
good.
asked.
Let's see. Why do I hear so much about drivers taking loads of peanuts for box trucks? Are they taking for less than $2? A lot of people are. A
Hmm.
lot of people are, man.
And they don't
Um,
just take it for less than $2 for just because it's posted on the load. They take it for several different reasons. They
yeah,
take it because they're working with maybe an inexperienced dispatcher. They take it because they're booking their own load and they're inexperienced. They're
yeah,
taking it because brokers are just good at taking advantage of some carriers.
yeah.
Some, listen, some of these brokers are so manipulative. They're even worse than some of these women.
Hmm. What
And
the
they're dudes. They're like they're
Yeah,
so you get what you
real
know what I'm
housewives.
talking about, Mike.
Yeah.
Like
Real
like
housewives.
they'll like try to like say, man, I'll screenshot the computer and send it to you, bro. Like I'll show you like
Yeah,
my mom is on it. Like they're like so conniving.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
But
if you're new to this business and you run into one of those guys, of course they're gonna give you 99 cents per mile.
yeah, because they know probably what videos you watching too. They probably
Oh
like let me tell
man.
you this.
Oh, don't start me. Don't start
Oh,
me
hold
up.
on, I'm not gonna taste too much, but Kirk, all I'm saying is we ain't telling you that you gotta do this. We want the
Hmm.
people who are serious about it to really think about it
Hmm.
and start thinking about a plan now. But a plan isn't us telling you if you come out here you're gonna make $3,000 a week. It don't matter. It don't matter what your expenses are. But you need to have a realistic plan with realistic expenses and finding out what's going to be the best way to enter. But
Can
you
I say
also need to be thinking about what you need to do as far as exit. You know what I'm
can
saying?
I
Go ahead, Kirk.
can I say something to you?
What's that?
Just stop listening to people on YouTube. Turn it off.
Turn it off.
Turn off your
Turn it off.
Instagram. Somebody said what will happen if we take off all the ad shot off the road? What will happen? Remember that question way back?
Yeah. For 1 week. Yeah.
Turn off your YouTube for a month and focus
Mm.
on and see how much money you make off of your Boxtruck.
And not comparing yourself to others. Cause,
Turn it off for a month and see how quick or see how quick you come out here with your business.
mm,
Just turn it off for a month. Just shut it down for a month and see how fast you come out here. Just turn off all the noise. You get what I'm saying? And see how successful you be out here without these different entity going in your head and just
exactly.
pulling it like a damn tug of war. Like, oh man, look at me. I mean, like, just turn it off.
And
What
and I
watch
want
it
to say this too.
watch the National Geographic channel.
Hey, like I was gonna say, man, don't and I'm gonna say this too. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself and do some things you didn't
Hmm.
think you'd be able to do. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm learning too. Like, I may end up taking that load to Cali in the next couple of months. Not it ain't the mileage that's scaring me. I can do 3,000-4,000 miles in a week. It's just going through certain terrain and low gears on low grades on the mountains and stuff that I
Hmm.
know I done witnessed in the box truck up in Arizona, but I can't keep letting that hold me back because there's some money in that going up and down that mountain.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Also, some fuel gonna be draining, but for the most part, don't limit yourself.
Hmm.
Open up your range and like you said, don't start a transportation business to want to be home.
Mm-hmm.
every day. It's just not. That's not what's gonna make you money out here. That was the people who are doing it out here. Let's say you work your way up into a dry van, a reefer, a step deck, flatbed. That's when you can probably run regionally, make your 5 to 7 gross, and offer offer less mileage. We can talk about it when it comes to that. But when you are in LTL, you gotta hustle, man. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta hustle.
So it's crazy, but you gotta do that. And you know what? You know what? The next thing I want to say to and this is for people who's gonna see, you know, hopefully everybody can watch this live and get this message. Some of y'all that coming out here with business, stop tell all people, just stop tell people your business. Just
Mm,
stop do it. Stop tell your cousins. Stop tell Pookie. Stop tell Ray Ray. Stop tell your own boy. Just go buy your truck and come out here, man. Cause not everybody mean you good. Not everybody's happy for you. Not everybody want to
exactly.
come out here and see you have a successful trucking company. If you want
They
to do
may
this
envy
thing,
you.
do exactly. Just go. Look, Mike, I want you to mentor me. Yo, Kirk, I want you to put me on game. Just do your thing privately. Stop
Mm,
be dragging everybody in your business because that goes a long way with how fast you come out here. I know guys who are trying to come out here for the longest, and when you talk to them, they have like 100 useless people that are in their business. Not one of
mm,
them can't even lend them 10 grand to put on a truck. You get what I'm
exactly.
saying? And so, even if you're already out here in a business and you're not doing good, maybe because you're just having the wrong set of people around you, like cut some people off and just
Exactly.
mind your own business and just run your own truck and make your own money and just leave that crap alone. Me,
Exactly.
I never tell people how much money I make unless I'm like my personal, like people like you. Like I send you my I don't. I just don't. And I don't even
Yeah.
look like it. I send you my whole entire sheet.
Mhm.
I don't get into those type of conversation with people. And I don't even look like it. That's why I said I laugh at these guys who come out here with their peanuts.
Mm. And this is what I'll say this too, because yeah, we do post gross numbers, but I post them for more so education because I break it down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just gonna say I made $8,000 just to brag, just to say yeah I did this. And I told y'all, I remember
Mm-hmm.
the time I netted one time a little over 5,000 in 1 week. Back, some of the couple months I had first started, and I told you the dumbest thing I did in that video was
Mm-hmm.
going to Vegas. I went to Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
blew $3,000. That wasn't smart.
Right.
Because you know what? Them 2 3 months later, when I got sick and them bills coming out and I'm out for a month, that shit hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts, and it ain't $3,000 coming out y'all business, y'all. It might be 3,000 coming out just with your business truck, trailer, insurance. I got 2 truck payments, and then you got your personal bills too. So
Mm-hmm.
don't come out here and make the money and spend it on stupid things. And like, I'm not saying you have to reinvest everything back into it, but just take with a grain of salt. Don't get too caught up in the image that's out here on YouTube.
Thank you. I
Don't
just
get
went
caught up on the image.
I just went to Cali last week. I rent a nice hotel. I had a car from Friday to Sunday. I can
Yeah,
afford it. You get what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like I
you're
seriously
right,
can
man.
afford it. And some of y'all coming out here, you go to Cali, you don't have a load that take you out that Friday. You gotta sit at a damn truck stop from Friday to Sunday because your finances whack. You got
Yeah,
guys coming out here running out of gas. Y'all got bad credit, running out of gas. Ain't got nobody you can back up. I mean, like we got to do better and just that's why I said turn off YouTube. You got to turn off your YouTube and your Instagram, man. Like turn it
and
off.
before they say, well, why don't y'all turn off y'all? Y'all got to understand, especially Kirk just started 6 weeks ago. I'm just not coming back to YouTube for real because I've seen so much misinformation. And that's why I always bring on. I do bring on some hot shot guys, but when I bring on box truck guys, it's to keep it kind of like, I know a lot of my subscribers still come from box trucks. We can just have a conversation and a dialogue about what can help both of our markets with
Mm-hmm.
both people, with both industries that you can enter without a CDL and make pretty good money. But you got to do it a certain way. You get what I'm saying? And it's got to be something to offset a lot of the information that's being put out there. I don't want y'all to think it's a dream, it's a fantasy. A lot of y'all probably hit 3,000 miles and don't understand what it's like to actually ride it in 1 week,
Hmm.
or ride 700 miles, ride until 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and knowing what that feels like after you just got done tarping the load down. It's it's a lot of stress in this business too, and if you're not willing to put in the time and effort, you may not this business may not be for you.
I
It may
know.
not be for everybody watching right now, but for the people where it is worth it, and you're willing to put the work in, you're physically able to, it can pay off.
Big
But you
time.
you will need to know how to do it.
Hmm. And that's why I said, I was talking to you and I said, a lot of these people really need training.
Mm,
A lot of them, along with mentorship, y'all actually need serious training. You get
yeah.
what I'm saying? Because it's not just buying a truck and come out here and you running. Like it's more to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're listening to Kirk and Mike and they're dropping gems, but you need to not only just listen, you need to get with people who actually can make you maintain that 5,000, make you maintain that 10,000, make you
And
earn
let me
that
tell you
six
too.
figure, and keep it. You know what I mean?
And you need people to keep your head on straight, man. Just like we know our partners are with us,
Mm-hmm.
and they're invested solely into the transportation industry. Now, does it have to be like that forever? Maybe not. You can invest in the real estate once you get to where you want to be. But you do. I do want to say you have to mind your business and be committed to this. But it would help to have that one, like, just that one person to keep you on track. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You're gonna have times where you just like, I don't know, man, it's getting tough. This week was a real bad week, and then I'm in the negative this week because of X, Y, and Z. I had to fix this on my trailer. I had to buy 6 new tires. It's gonna be times like that, but you're gonna have to not only have a reserve in order for when things happen like that, but also push through it and get back to where you need to be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I had
Mm-hmm.
my worst month basically last month after the whole Christmas thing and getting sick. I was out for over a month, and I came back and had my best. Did
Mm-hmm.
24,000 this month. So I'm not saying it's not possible for y'all to come out here and do it. I just want y'all to come out here with the right guidance, the right information. We're not selling no dream out here.
And
That's what
you
we're not
said,
doing.
you said a key word a while ago when you were talking, because when I was thinking about the name for my channel, you
Mm-hmm.
notice what the name is?
On track.
Exactly. Keep
Yeah.
you on track. You need somebody
Mm,
that keep you on track.
exactly.
You
I
get
didn't
what I'm
even
saying?
that makes sense. And y'all know Kirk is actually becoming that person. He told me, man, I gotta stop half-assing, man. Even with coming on here and putting out this information, I told him at one point it just I felt like nobody was listening. I felt like they were listening to the wrong type of stuff, but I ain't really worried about what y'all listening to. I just wasn't putting my time into helping you guys out. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like why I'm coming back as far as doing the lives, answering questions, just to
Mm-hmm.
let y'all know it ain't all sweet lollipop and you know what I'm saying? It ain't that easy out here. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a sweet lollipop transportation. You don't come in this business and go buy $80,000 car in 3 months. It's just not a smart business move. And
Sure.
and I'm coming on. I'm we're gonna come out here with, and listen. We're not gonna tell too much tonight, but
Yeah.
I'm actually like just like prompting you, like like start to like poke you and be like, no, Mike, like we got to go do this. You know,
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
you
I
know
got
what I
you.
mean?
Yeah.
So,
And we're
but
gonna do it.
once you got people like me and Mike and your team, man, and we're gonna like make sure that y'all stay on track and stay in the lane, and y'all ask any question, and we just lead in the right direction. That's what you want. That's what real mentorship is. That's what real business plan and setup, and show you, not only to come out here for 4 or 5 months and fail, but to keep you out here. Whether you want to do local or regional or whatever you want to do, we still can work with you and make you successful. But it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be the way that it's been promoted, and you lost. I sent him an email. Ask him. Tell him.
Yeah.
I sent him an email. 20 grand. In
Yeah.
3 months, that lady blew 20 grand renting a 26-foot budget box truck because she watched YouTube.
And I know some people who invested into, mentorships or
Mm-hmm.
things for $1,000 they got no value in it. They got ripped off, no refund,
Oh man,
thousands, man.
I got so much email, bro. I got
I got numbers,
Tom.
and you know what I mean. We talked to a couple of people, you know, and it's sad to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You just really want to help them out because I don't think y'all really understand what we're hearing. It ain't just about what we seeing; it's what we hearing from individuals
Mm-hmm.
that will just make you sit down and think, how could somebody do that shit?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of where we coming from. And I'm glad I met Kirk. He's a cool ass, humble dude. He, like he said, he ain't got to show off. He ain't got to show off, but I promise y'all, he in another tax bracket. You know what I mean? Just like you said, he ain't grossing $150,000 a year. You know what I mean? So shout out to him, man.
I just
We gonna
keep
meet
it
up
real,
one day.
man. That's it.
Yeah,
We're just gonna keep it real with the people because that's what they want. And we, like I said, man, this ain't gonna be the last live. We gonna work together and just bring stuff to you guys so you guys can be out here. It's not hard, man. It's not hard. Trust me, it's not as hard and complicated as some of y'all think it is. I have 5 people right now quit their job.
mm,
5 people. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
5 people. I told you that one of the gentlemen, he's from Florida.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Two guys in Atlanta quitting their job because when they said, look, man, I always been watching this and always been watching that, but I just never could understand this. I just never. But when I come across your channel, bro, you just make the shit make so much sense. And now I got more motivation to come out here and start my business because the way you've been breaking stuff down, it just seems more realistic. And I'm
Mm,
like, you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
And these are people who are leaving their job. They're like, no, I'm ready now. Man, once I come across it, I have people telling me once they come across my channel, I just stop watching those guys, man. I just
Yeah,
stop.
I remember that.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Because the stuff I be spitting is like that's what they been yarning from. They
Yeah.
want that. They want to get that, but it's not being promoted. I'm the
Yeah.
first guy to talk about get your customer. 2022, let's get all our customers.
You be
You
the first one.
busy? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you over here busy promoting Amazon that's not even giving their promotion fee. Like it's stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but
Yes,
it is
sir.
what it is, man.
But shoot, man, you want to go ahead and end it on that note?
Yeah, we're gonna
You
leave it
know,
there
like,
because
yeah.
as I said, we have a lot more we're gonna do. We don't wanna choke them tonight. And
Yes, sir. So
we're still
I appreciate everybody coming out to the live. It's your boy Kirk. It's your boy Mike, and we'll probably be back next weekend, next Saturday, same around same time, 5:30, 6:30, whatever, that type of range. I'll probably make more community posts to see. Um, yeah, I'll make some more stuff. Let me check this out right here, though. My bad, I seen it. That's when I told Kirk how I noticed some people's channel blew up in no time because their channel was promoting from within. I've subscribed to you and Kirk from the beginning on both of your channels. Yes, sir. And Kirk told me, man, it ain't like I said, y'all. It ain't many channels out there who want to actually tell you guys the truth and what it's like to actually be out here. You see a lot of people, and they look good, man.
mm-hmm.
They look damn good. They look good. Let me say this: they look good out here, but you don't really see them running. I don't even have enough time to really focus on YouTube because I'm that deeply invested in my business. I'm running every single day. Like I can't keep always putting the camera up and telling them what I'm doing because I'm so busy. I'm so busy trying to get to this drop off, get to this pickup, and go make this money. You get what I'm saying?
You said something to me yesterday. I'm not gonna share it though, but I
Yeah.
said to you by the end of this year, in by the time
Mhm.
we're done, in 3 months, we should execute that plan, right?
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Right. But I say that to say this. Do you want to look good out on the outward appearance or you want to look good on paper? Cuz that's
Mm,
way more important than putting on some Gucci suit.
exactly.
When you got access to money and have money that can give you access to anything you want, I think that's the
Sounds right.
best look. I think that's the best look you can have.
Mm,
Ain't no bank gonna give no broke cute guy any money.
Exactly. Ain't nobody gonna give you no contract with no phone number.
Exactly. You know how many
Yeah.
time how many guys you see go to bank, they go to the car dealer, they got nice clothes on, they got a nice haircut, but they go
Yeah.
in and get denied because they got what credit, they ain't got no money to put down.
Yeah.
So which one you want to be? You want to be a outward looking guy, or you want to be a guy that when you go in the bank, they're like, oh, Kirk, Mike, yeah, give them the dealership, man. They can pick whatever
Mm.
they want. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like my business credit, my credit in general, my access to funds left, right, and center, the people I got access to is way more important than me driving around looking like sweet candy. I don't care about all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I don't. I really
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Exactly.
You got to
And
understand because you are dealing with people that own corporate companies. You really think they care if you wear a Gucci suit to a meeting? They
mm,
don't, man. These people are showing up in a damn regular polo shirt and a short pants in the summertime.
yeah. Them
You get
short
what I'm
shorts.
saying? And the freaking Tommy Hilfiger slippers. They don't care about you looking all that. So you gotta choose. We're
Yeah.
just here to make y'all be real successful individual that make a lot of money, and the tool
Yeah.
to make that is a box truck or a hot shot. That's all we're here to tell you.
And it can either be a stepping stone to whatever you want to do in the future, or you can expand in this business.
You
You can
feel what I'm
expand in this
saying?
business, but I'm gonna also say, with this mentorship, like we have not figured out what we would do as far as a price and none of that. Like it ain't gonna be nothing ridiculous, but it's gonna be something that's worth it. We don't want to put nothing out there with no value. We don't want to put nothing you can go search and look on Google for. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We don't want something like that. Like
Look what special agents.
what did he say? What he at? Right here.
I'm telling these
What he
guys
got?
are
60
so.
days. Yeah, I see it in y'all lives. Hey, it's a lot. It ain't just one or two things. You know what I mean? Like y'all got to think this stuff motivated me to get like. Now I'm off my ass. I'm not trying to sit here and gross 15,000 a month and just make
Right.
it and say, oh, I got a low cost of living. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to get to where I need to be. You know what I'm saying?
But look what he
Uh,
said next. Look what he said next.
oh,
Look what he.
special. Oh, wait. I'm broke and cute. What the hell? Look at this little emblem. Yeah, my bad. But one thing I can't say about him, every single live he's in. You know what I'm saying? So I know they all appreciate. I know they really appreciate you coming and putting your game in and putting stuff in perspective. I think one thing I learned from you as far as like raw material shipping and how it goes at the warehouses when they on so many back orders and there's a lot of stuff going somewhere, they're gonna stack them pallets as tall as they got to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
probably why it might be 14 pallets, but it can't fit on that box truck because
Mm-hmm.
the clearance too high.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you really opened my eyes on that, and also why a lot of Amazon loads get canceled. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just because they don't want you to take it. It's because a lot of them shipments haven't gotten in due to maybe a truck getting in an accident,
Mm-hmm.
a truck breaking down, stuff of that nature. So I can tell, man, you really next level with this shit. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
just
See,
putting out a
see,
video or two.
See, you can't teach what you don't know. That's why I always say on my channel, history is best qualified when it's documented. It's that
Mm.
simple.
If it
So,
ain't, it's just a myth.
right,
It's illogical. It's fake.
right. So, are you want to listen to someone that have a history that is documented, or you want to listen to some guy that started 3 months ago and all of a sudden he's Mr. Top
Come out here.
Notch? Yeah,
Yeah, stop. Do not listen to anybody who just tell you plain and simple what you're gonna do when you come out here, because they don't know your business plan. They don't know your business model. They don't know how you want to operate. They don't know what market you want to get in. They don't know how you want to exit. They don't know how they gonna exit. So don't listen to nobody without a plan.
but I saw one guy. I was gonna call his name, but I don't really call people name.
No,
But
we
I
ain't
saw
do it.
one guy, right? He was so high at the top of the ladder when it comes on to some of these company out here. I don't know what happened, but he make a 360. It
Mm.
happens. Like you can't just come out here and you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's why it's so important to get with people that can tell you if you make that move, this is a probability what's gonna happen. So don't go there. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I don't know.
All right, y'all, man. We've been on here for about 3 hours. We gave y'all as much as we could. You know, the questions holding up, slowing up. So we're gonna call it a night, man. I appreciate everybody coming in, dropping down your questions. I see a lot of new names. I hope y'all hit the subscribe button here.
Mm-hmm.
Go to On Track Trucking, just like that. You'll see his videos, and you'll see why he's getting a lot of, I want to say, I guess, a little hate and shade thrown on him for putting some
I,
real stuff
I,
out there.
I, I
And
wouldn't
me too. You know?
I wouldn't say that. I would just say that it's just because people are misinformed and in their
Mm.
own way and mind they think they're right. So
And
you
they're
come in
afraid to think outside of the box.
right. So I wouldn't say it's hate. I would say it's just people are just misinformed. And
Mm.
so I'm coming out here from a different angle and I look like I'm stepping on people's toes and I'm going against it. But the truth of the matter is, man, I'm not even doing none of that. Because some of my first set of video, I wasn't even talking about nobody on YouTube. But I'm still not talking about people on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's based off of reality, what I see happening around me. When I talk about sweet candy lollipop transportation, that
It's
is an
not.
actual guy.
Yeah.
I told you about him. That's an
Yeah.
actual person. 4 trucks, MC number desecrated, have a $71,000 BMW 2020, cannot find no work because he put Pookie and Riri and his homeboy in his truck paying with cash app
Direct instruction.
and wreck
Yeah.
his trucking business. It's not a joke. It's an actual person. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to spread the word. Like y'all just need to just put more thought into the things that y'all coming out here to do. Because yeah, you might own a car, but maintaining that car is another thing.
Yeah.
All right?
I never buy a car, man. I don't get why people just come out here bottom flat.
Because
It's not worth it, bro.
they want to them girl that work at Walmart that come on Instagram, they want to impress,
Yeah.
and Casco and freaking Sam's Club.
Yeah.
You know.
But all right, everybody, man. That's it for this live. We're gonna be back next week. Appreciate y'all for coming in. Peace out.
Peace out, man. Thank you for having me here, Mike. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. Hopefully we can get on your channel soon and do it like that, and then we just come back on here next week, something like that.
All right, cool. We'll talk.
All right, sir.